Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the last standing Samoan, Big Rig, Nick Utam.
Baby, oh baby, I am so glad to be here tonight.
I am too. Thank you, Dion. And finally, American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
Well, as you guys know, I got a thing for white girls and Arab girls and Indian girls, Asian girls, and pretty much all girls.
That's basically how the Instagram messaging like for me and him goes.
I've been in some of the group chats, and I'm just like, yeah, this is exactly on brand for Dion. I'm glad I've known my best friend. He hasn't been fake the entire time.
Yeah, except for he's not here because he's watching Dark Fate.
Yeah. Oh shit, we shouldn't have told the audience.
Damn it.
So, folks, to be fair, Dion is away on vacation. He's driving right now, or else he'd be here because historically, Dion goes on this vacation, still records live from Florida. So he's just on the road this year. So you might pop in at the end, might not. I don't know. But we have a full show tonight, folks. So you don't want to miss out. Now, let's talk about what we're going to do first. So over on Patreon, we had a bunch of new people joined last week. Nobody new this week, but we have After Hours over, we have The Hangover after there, which replaced After Hours. And Kendo has the Kendo Chronicles, some more TMNT stuff coming up. And I have more stuff to film in terms of collection stuff. So Batman and Superman from Batman Hush, I think I'll put up there. I just need to figure out how to make my stuff look. You know what? I'll just call Michael from Retro Blast. If you got connections to the guy who does it the best, why not just ask him? Anyway,
there you go.
Yeah. Simple solution.
We're good. Yeah. Modern solutions for modern problems. God, I love Chappelle. So, also, folks, big announcement this week. The comic launches on Tuesday during the High Council. There will be a day one exclusive, the original OG High Council. You'll only be able to buy that separately on day one. Now, to celebrate that, I'll be joined by Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers on the High Council this week. We're going to reach out. We're going to try to get the whole gang back together, but so far, that's what we got locked down. So this week's High Council is going to be a big show. We're also going to be joined by Anna. We're going to finally reveal the Fandom Menace painting, which is going to be the cover of all this, and our first big image. So, folks, join us Tuesday night on the High Council for that. It's going to be big. This week, we had Mary Mayhem on, and I had received, this is not an exaggeration, probably 30 messages about how much somebody enjoyed the show because of Mary and the fun time we had. So do us a favor, go over, check out Mary Mayhem's channel, give her a subscribe, and let her know that you want her back on the High Council. I'm going to keep her back in the rotation. So also, we're going to be playing a game tonight, folks. Give me a minute to pull this up on screen. Guys, this one's going to be kind of a doozy. Now, without Dion here, it's still going to be difficult because these are the types of films that everyone likes, most people love, and battle lines will be drawn. So, folks, you're going to have to pick three. You can play along with us at home tonight, the unofficially patented WCBS play-along game. So let me get this up on the screen, and you guys will be able to play in 3, 2, 1. It'd been nice if it would have shared on the dot. Anyway, there we go. So you can only keep 3. Now, folks that are listening only and are not going to be watching this portion of the show, you listen to us exclusively on all the streaming services, you can only keep 3 films. And out of the 9 films there is Goodfellas, Pulp Fiction, Inception, Avengers Infinity War, The Dark Knight, The Empire Strikes Back, Space Jam, Toy Story, and Jurassic Park. And you can only keep 3. So, guys, Nick, of the 9 films here, and you can only keep 3, which 3 are you going to keep?
Let's see. Definitely Pulp Fiction. That one's a lot of fun. That one has to stay. Damn, man, this is really rough. It's really rough. Let's go The Dark Knight. And Space Jam. Let's go Space Jam. Let's go Space Jam.
Respectable list.
Yeah.
Kendo?
Empire, Avengers Infinity War, and Jurassic Park. No debate needed.
Ooh, nice. This is tough because I like and respect these movies, but I'm going to go Empire Strikes Back, Avengers Infinity War, and Goodfellas. Pulp Fiction. I'll go Pulp Fiction. I like Pulp Fiction more than Goodfellas. I can say that with absolute certainty. Yeah. Goodfellas is a great film. Honestly, the movies that I could get rid of from this list are Inception, Dark Knight, Space Jam. Can I do Toy Story? I like Jurassic Park. I respect it now. All right. I gave my answer. Fuck it. Folks, give us yours tonight. You can play along the entire night, and periodically we'll have the image pop up for the new listeners that are joining us. So, every week we seem to have the opportunity to cover the dumbest story I've ever heard. And every week, that dumb story gets topped by something even dumber. If it's not an exploding vagina-scented candle, it's Gorilla Glue hairspray. There's all kinds of stupidity that's out there.
Or it's Florida man just doing something in Florida.
Dude, Florida man, as we like to call him around these parts, is a personal hero because he's the only guy
to be called Florida people now.
Oh, Florida
oh my God, they went PC. Oh shit.
Yeah, they've gone PC. It's 2021, fellas. It's now referred to as Florida person or Florida people.
Oh my God. Oh man. If that's happened, we have an even bigger problem on our hands.
Well, we have a bigger problem on our hands now because who is this former gentleman in front of you?
Potato head person.
Mr. Potato Head. Wait, hold on. What do you mean former? Did what happened?
Yep. You ready?
No. No.
Hasbro's Mr. Potato Head falls victim to pronoun gangs cancel culture. Toy maker Hasbro announced they will no longer be making Mr. Potato Head toys anymore, instead opting to call the line simply Potato Head now. The announcement came via the AP, who wrote, Hasbro, the company that makes the potato-shaped plastic toy, is giving the Spud a gender-neutral new name, Potato Head. The change will appear on boxes this year. They also mentioned Hasbro. They also added, Hasbro said Mr. Potato Head has been around for over 70 years. He needed a modern makeover. There was no information on whether the change will be coming to Mrs. Potato Head as well. Well, it won't be.
Can somebody open an Etsy store and make a thing that's called Mr. Fuckhead? Because I will pay for that. I will entirely pay for that.
We should. I got a better question. Does this mean the Toy Story movies are going to come with the disclaimers now about how these movies were made in a time where it was okay to label people by gender?
Probably
advised.
Well,
didn't they just put that up for the Muppets? We'll talk about that in a minute. But
yeah, I mean, they keep once again missing the fucking issue, missing the bigger issue by doing these smaller things. Like, oh, we're gonna go after your pancake syrup and your instant rice, and now we're gonna go after your toy from I don't know when was Mr. Potato Head first introduced? Like in the 50s?
Yeah, 70 years ago.
Yeah, so I mean, oh yeah, he was the problem. Mr. Potato Head is the problem. Wasn't there Mrs. Potato Head?
Yeah, she's in Toy Story.
Yeah, there's a female version of this as well too. So I don't know what the problem is. Like, you were selling 2 toys. That's double the money. How is this a bad thing?
Mr. Potato got his spuds cut off, and now he wants to be a chick.
Hey, no judgment.
Oh my God.
What I gotta ask though, Kendall, you brought up the Toy Story connection. Toy Story is probably the most for the last, I'd say, generation or so. Mr. Potato Head's prominence is directly tied to Toy Story. Think of Don Rickles' voice as you look at this picture right here. I mean, shit, this is the combination from Toy Story. The mustache, everything. Mr. Potato Head, it's just like Mr. Rogers or Captain Kangaroo. It just goes with the name. You can't just change it. It's like when they joke around with, oh, we're going to change the X-Men to the X-People or the mutants. No, the brand name is the X-Men. I don't give a shit. Oh, it's not inclusive enough. Fuck off. The team's inclusive.
If you understand the history of X-Men, then you'll understand what inclusivity really is.
Right.
But it's dumb. I was never going to buy my child a Mr. Potato Head because thankfully I don't have a child. But if I did, no. Mr. Potato Head's just a thing that I don't get why this is happening.
It's just one of those things, man. Like they go after the lowest common denominator thing to make it feel like they're actually doing something, and all it is just disrupting us. Now because of this announcement, I'm sure everybody's gonna put Mr. Potato up on eBay, and it's gonna be $1,000 by Monday for sure.
I do feel like I should collect a Mr. Potato Head all of a sudden.
Yeah, if you can find a cheap one on Amazon, fucking get it now.
Broski, I am already on.
If you find a couple cheap ones, send us the links our way, man. I want to get one too, just to be sure. Oh God, yeah. It's
folks. This show is sponsored by the former Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, this is just them. Like once again, lowest thing they could do. They think it's gonna help or whatever. It's just like It doesn't mean anything. It's pointless. It's just a show, and they have everybody write an article about it, and it goes viral. And I'm sure the left wing nut jobs are fucking happy now and drinking themselves off. So
That's just padding the old resume for whenever they go to woke college or whatever woke job they're trying to get. So what did you do? Oh, I led a Twitter movement to get Mr. Potato Head changed to just Potato Head. Oh, that's worth at least 100 credibility points.
Yeah.
The woke score.
Does that add to your Thetan count?
More like wanking, but yeah, it's their wanking count.
So at first, you thought Mr. Potato Head was crazy, but it actually gets dumber this week, folks.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about this one, guys. Coca-Cola asks its workers to be less white to fight racism. I'm not sure how that worked, but let's play their game, and not. Let's not. Let's just read it. So, one of the greatest challenges that brands face today is to implement inclusion policy. No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it isn't. It's not at all.
I've been drinking. I only like Coca-Cola that much, but I've drank Coca-Cola my whole life. I never felt excluded.
You know what? You know what? If this article reaches enough people, the South might just go to Pepsi. You know how crazy that'll be.
Oh, dude, please! I'm pulling for Pepsi. My uncle works there, so
yeah, it would be like if everybody's just like, "Fuck Coca-Cola, I'll drink Pepsi." It would be hilarious.
Yeah. So this is the worst idea since New Coke, and that was 40 years ago, and we're still talking about how dumb New Coke was to change. But so the seminar entitled "Facing Racism," given by Robin DiAngelo, was presented through LinkedIn Education publicly, though not free of charge. The company admitted that, in effect, it invited its workers to take the course, but they clarified that it was not mandatory. Despite its good intentions, Coca-Cola now faces reputational and image crisis. While the firm viewed the seminar as part of the diversity strategy, the approach to the training was highly controversial. The agenda was laid out by Dr. Catherine Borensko, an organizational psychologist working to end the racially divisive ideology of critical race. Oh, God. Oh. Anyway, it says the course depiction made it clear that a goal of the guide was for people to be less white, to help them understand what it means to be white and challenge what it means to be racist.
Okay. I mean, like what are the qualities of being white? Bad dancing and eating mayonnaise. Like what are the
I do not like mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's one of them.
I mean, Nick, you're the
mayonnaise connoisseur here.
Oh God, that's true.
I forgot about that. White, Nick. Fucking racist.
I guess I'll have to just dunk my turkey leg in mustard then. Oh dear.
I mean, Miracle Whip is an acceptable answer.
Yeah. Well, it's like I asked you guys. I was like, how does one be less white? I'm kind of confused as to what I would have to do to be less white. I mean, honestly, the first thing I thought of was like the kids I went to high school with that had just discovered NWA, and when they started dressing in baggy clothes and talking like they were from the city when they clearly weren't. That's what I thought was being less white. Like you're having a crisis, and you've urbanized.
Oh my God.
Now, real quick, folks, Doxy Mama 82 has an excellent idea. Let's turn this into the game for tonight. So, Mr. Perfect is now just perfect. So, if Mr. Potato Head is now just Potato Head, take something iconic and turn it into this is now just this. Take away whatever could be insensitive by today's standards. So, the word Mr. is offensive by today's standards. So, just build. Wow.
Well, then how do you deal with the Dick Van Dyke Show? Then how do you deal with that? Then
you just don't ever air it again. You just call it. It's the Richard Van Lesbian Show.
Richard Van Lesbian Show.
Yeah. I mean, is that not appropriate? I have.
You know what? The funniest thing is that if you called it that, I'm sure everybody would fucking love it and want to watch it. And then as soon as they realize the show is like from 60 years ago or fucking longer, they would just be like appalled.
You know what's really blown my mind about the Dick Van Dyke Show in theory or in hindsight?
What?
He's like the only person left alive from it.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Him and Betty White are both like just like they're old as shit and they're still alive right now. Please.
I love them both.
Yeah,
great actors. Oh, Kendo, Blue Watcher's got one just for you. Brown Bunny is now just Bunny.
Okay.
Oh God, that's true.
Right. I was gonna say I just spilled something on the floor in the kitchen. Can somebody get me a bottle of clean?
please. I need to use a mop and some clean to get my floor taken care of.
Oh man. So you have Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben are both just out of the picture completely. Trying to think what other offensive things there are. There's so many out there, guys. Like the air, it's clear. That's offensive, right?
Sure.
Mr.
True.
Mom.
But sometimes the air is dirty, so that would be offensive.
It's true. I like Dr. Coffindale's version better. Penis Van Lesbian. That's if we ever play Pictionary, that's what we should draw out. It's like, what does this mean? Penis Van Lesbian. Oh, Dick Van Dyke Show. Bingo.
Oh God.
So yeah. So the Coca-Cola thing kind of it really rubbed me the wrong way because I'm just like, what does that mean and why is it Coca-Cola's responsibility?
What's up?
Dude, I just thought of something. What happens to the 80s band Mr. Mister?
Oh,
Canceled.
They're like hella screwed.
Just call them they. That's it. Be done with it.
Yeah. They.
And their broken wings. Oh my God, Mr. Mister was never a great band to start with, but could you imagine that's how they could probably get popular again, is if they rebranded themselves with whatever 2021 bullshit and try to get popular with the second wave of like millennials or whatever the hell you call them. Gen Z? No.
No, I just call them assholes.
Oh, okay. Assholes is appropriate. Oh, you know what? It runs in their family. I saw Spaceballs. One Major Philip asshole. So, do you think this is going to
hold on? What would you call Burger King then?
Sandwich ruler?
Yeah,
I think
Burger Mom.
Out of the branding too. I mean, Burger Conqueror just sounds kind of cool.
Burger Conqueror. Burger Regime.
Burger Regime. All right, cool. I feel like there's so many negative connotations with a place called Burger Regime, but I'm ready to eat there. I'm ready to get our show sponsored by Burger Regime.
If they were called Burger Regime, they could raise their prices and be really fancy and shit. And, people probably give them more respect. So
maybe. I don't think they're doing too bad. How many Whopper commercials do you see? Like, the Super Bowl was flush with Burger King. Excuse me. Burger Royale, whatever we're going to call it now. That company, Yum Brands food that sells cheeseburgers.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Cow Queen. Lucky Joe Prince. All right. Oh, wait. White Castle is now just Castle.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Burger sauce. What a weird start to a show. Sorry, folks. Sorry. So, do you think this is going to hurt?
Mean that White Castle has to be less white?
Family.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I mean, they can't sell Coke products anymore, so that wouldn't work out for their brand or what they're telling their workers to do now. So,
Five Guys is just five.
Oh my God.
No, it would be 5 non-binary people.
Yeah, five non-binary individuals. And if you want to nationalize it, it's 5 non-binary Americans. There you go.
It'll be Dairy Yes Queen. I like that one.
Oh my God.
And Jack in the Box is now just in the box.
Yeah, hey, you can't say box is offensive, Jeff.
I can't?
Yeah, box is offensive.
To who?
To females.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's pejorative for a women's vagina.
Yeah, man, you can't say box.
How come you can say box?
I don't know. I just keep saying box.
Fat Albert is now just body positivity Albert.
God damn it.
Oh my God. I love it.
Or Curvy Albert.
Or Curvy Albert. Oh God.
So,
oh man, the world's going to shit.
Dude, the world's been we've been circling the bull for a while. You know what it is? You know how they say the Earth spins at whatever speed and we can't feel it due to gravity?
Yeah.
That's how we've been spinning around this bowl. We've been sinking quicker, but we're moving so fast we don't realize it. We're almost at the bottom. And now that we have this, what we talked about a moment ago, Mr. Potato Head person, and then the Muppets are now offensive. What the fuck happened?
How are the Muppets offensive? Please explain that to me, because that's always been that's always been a family and kids show. Like, I don't understand how that's offensive.
Redneck Trekker. If you renamed Ant-Man to just Ant, you'd have that really shitty comedian from the early 2000s. No.
Oh yeah. just call them Ant They. That's it. Just Ant They. That's all.
Yeah. They.
Sandwich Monarch. Isn't that a place? No, Duke of Sandwich, right?
Duke of
Yeah, we went there on the way down to New Orleans, Nick.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it was Florida. It was Florida because Phil drove. All right, so Coca-Cola. I don't think it's really going to hurt them long term. I think they just look stupid. They pulled this. I don't know if they've apologized yet, but I wish companies that made everyday products would realize, you know what? Listen to The Rock. Know your role. Coca-Cola's role is to sell us overpriced bottled water, shit that's not that good for you, and whatever other shit they brand. Live and let live. Coke, do your thing. Make all your products, make all your money, but don't preach to us. That's not what Coca-Cola is used for.
No, man. Just
It's
show
used to rot your teeth. Now you're
I love the commercial they kept showing during the whole fucking like middle of the pandemic. Where like, we know you're stuck inside, but you know Coke brings you together. It's like, no, it doesn't.
No, Coke gives you diabetes.
Clearly not.
No, I mean it tastes good on ice, but it's gonna rot my teeth, and it's gonna give the kids a sugar crash here in about 20 minutes. So why are we drinking this?
Jack Daniels in it.
It's a whole different story.
It counteracts all that stuff.
It does.
So, guys, let's talk about another dumb thing. Briefly, this is the one that kind of my jaw dropped a little bit. So, the Muppets. Did we all grow up with the Muppets? I know I personally did.
Yeah, man. I remember Muppet Babies as a kid, and I loved that cartoon. I remember watching the movies and stuff as well. Yeah, man. They were a good time.
Kendo, what about you?
Yeah, dude, the Muppets was fun. I think I was too young to get to remember the TV show, but I saw the movies, and I had a Muppets Nintendo game at some point too. That was impossible and retarded, but it was fun. But yeah, the Muppets, it's always been something I enjoyed. When that new Muppets movie came out like 10 years ago with what's his name? How I Hate Your Mother. Yes, How I Hate Your Mother. I watched it. I didn't think it was that great, but I enjoyed the Muppets part of it. But I've never ever watched the Muppets and been in any way, shape, or form like, wow, this is offensive material for some reason. I just enjoyed it and laughed.
Thanks for the heads up, Miss Ninja Julian. Yeah, Muppets was always fun. When the video I put out today, I talk about how there was an alternative for kids' entertainment for decades. It wasn't always Disney owned everything. Disney really was fighting throughout the 70s and 80s to really remain relevant. And it wasn't until you had their animation renaissance with The Little Mermaid that they took off and became what they are. But even growing up, our age group, that you could have a full childhood full of tons of shows not related to the Disney Corporation. Then they bought it all, and now this is what happens when they have. So, would you guys believe that that Disney Plus has added a content disclaimer to select Muppet Show episodes?
What?
Here we go. Disney Plus has added a content
Not even
disclaimer.
surprised anymore.
Dude, it's Disney. What do you expect? So they've added disclaimers to the beginning of 18 episodes of The Muppet Show, which started streaming on the platform on Friday. This program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. The stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. The disclaimer reads, rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. No, the fuck you don't. We just want people bitching on Twitter.
Oh my god. So what? Was somebody wearing a Native American headdress or something, or is the Swedish chef in there too many times? They're like, oh, Swedish people might get pissed off and invade America. Like that's what's going to happen. Like,
well, here you go. Here's an example. The label has been added to each episode for different reasons, but, for example, during Johnny Cash's episode, he sings in front of a Confederate flag. The disclaimer appears at the beginning of these episodes for 12 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
I mean-
this is a okay. These are shows that are products of their time. It's the same thing like we were talking about the Dick Van Dyke Show. These are all old shows. They still exist on TV. They're a product of their time. I mean, I remember over the summer I watched fucking Taxi. Taxi was made at the end of the 70s and the early 80s. None of that shit is relevant now. It's fun to look back at that and see how things were, and it's a generally a good show. But like, I don't understand. You can't raise the standards of a show back then to times now. It doesn't make sense. It's it's essentially meaningless. It doesn't mean anything.
You could argue that they should raise the standards of today to match those of the past because people really tried to make shit back in the day. People don't. They just cash in on what's already popular and they go, that's it. That's the effort. That's
No, you're 100% right. That's why Supernatural is, gone to 15 seasons. That's why Simpsons is in 30 seasons and all their other bullshit. That's why, like, what is it? The other medical exam show, whatever the hell it's called, Grey's Anatomy is in 42 seasons or some shit. Like, they don't care. They just want to keep cashing in. They don't care that, if it's good or not. They're just going to keep fucking making it until, they can't anymore.
Well, we're going to talk about The Simpsons in a minute, too, because this stuff just keeps spreading.
Oh, my God.
This isn't like one of those weeks where it's like, oh, a little thing happened, let's talk about it. No, let's move on. Look, at the Muppets, folks, we're about to talk to you guys in just a second. But the Muppets, it doesn't stop there. But it should hopefully, at least for this episode, end with this one. So, The Simpsons replaces Harry Shearer with black actor to voice Dr. Hibbert. Because we have real problems, right, folks? No, we have these problems.
Right.
Oh, God.
The white actors would no longer be voicing black characters on the show, and now Harry Shearer has been replaced by veteran voice actor Kevin Michael Richardson in the role of Dr. Julius Hibbert. Deadline has confirmed.
So,
Shearer has been the voice of Hibbert since the character debuted more than 30 years ago.
Yeah, so you're changing this 30-year-old character. You're changing this iconic voice's character now because of some fucking kids on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You're changing a whole cultural goddamn icon because of some assholes on Twitter. You're bending the knee to these jackasses. God. Simpsons deserves to get canceled and to be put and to be fucking shot on the side of the road right now. It really does.
It does
deserve that for a while, actually.
No, yeah, that's for sure.
You know, John Riley makes an excellent point, though. Okay, should Bart's voice be played by a boy and not a middle-aged woman? Boom.
Theoretically, but they won't do that.
Can we start bombarding them with those fucking tweets? Can we do that too? Jeez, like get a what? How old is he? Like fucking 8 or something, or 10 or whatever?
I just don't even like that this is a conversation. How Disney likes to say, oh, we want these disclaimers to spark conversation. Here's a conversation starter. What the fuck? Why? Again, all of these, everything we've talked about briefly in the first 20 or so minutes of the show is why? Like, what is happening right now? There's this weird domino effect randomly across the board, and it snuck up on you. Now here we are, and it's hit after hit after hit.
I still say I suggest people hit them in their wallets and don't give them money or time or attention or watch hours or anything like that. If you really want to, get at them, then don't look or watch or talk about these things. Just let them die. Let them die a slow, painful death.
I mean, the show has been on.
Well, just wait until somebody on Twitter. Wait until somebody on Twitter goes back and watches like the first episode or the second episode of The Simpsons, and Smithers is black, and then he gets yellow washed, and they change his race. Then they'll really lose their shit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They won't even care that it was a production error. They'll go, "Oh, it's the erasure of a strong." It's like, dude, you do not want Mr. Smithers as a representative of anybody. He's a weirdo. Like, he's not the character you want to die on this hill for.
Well, and even then, the hills they die on are fucking retarded. So,
yeah. I just hope that The Simpsons goes away quicker. I've always been one of those people. It's like, look, I don't really watch it anymore. I don't sit and bitch about it because I don't watch it. But if people are out there enjoying it, cool. It's The Simpsons. It's part of history. Now it's become this, and I'm kind of hoping that even the most hardened, ardent defenders of The Simpsons will go, this is wrong. Because The Simpsons have always prided themselves on their voice cast. Not in just in terms of the quality of the actors that provide the voices for all the episodes, but their consistency with getting real celebrities to voice their characters. The Simpsons have always had this higher standard in terms of their voice casting, and now they're shifting. For what reason? I mean, all of those characters, the characters have two identities, their voice and their image. They're drawn one way and they sound another.
Mhm.
And you don't like when somebody comes in and changes the voice of a character. Give me a good example, guys, of like a famous cartoon character that got like the voice changed. I'm trying to think of like, I know Penny from Inspector Gadget switched, but I don't care about that. But it'd be like if Inspector Gadget was like Matthew Broderick in the cartoon instead of just the movie. Like, it would be maddening. It's all dumb. Like, just get rid of the show. If you can't have Apu and you can't have Dr. Hibbert and you can't have any character that color or whatever in The Simpsons anymore, just end the show. They've been living in fucking Evergreen Terrace for 30 years.
Oh, 100%, man. No,
yeah?
no, definitely get rid of it. Quit. Like, that's why I said quit watching it. If they get low enough ratings, they'll just fucking can it. So
yeah.
That's God. This is just this idea. This woke culture is just a cancer now. Like, it's more so now than I think ever. It's ridiculous. I thought it would slow down after the elections, but I was entirely wrong. Holy shit.
Yeah, well,
Nope, they just roided it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Nick, should we well, hold on. Let's check in with the audience because there's more doom and gloom, it sounds like. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's funny. But Disney is getting a little of their comeuppance, especially when it comes to Star Wars. So thank you, YouTube. So just give me a second. I was going to read the messages from the listeners, but
Did that window crash or something?
Show. So we'll talk about those in just a second. How do you guys feel about Bill Nye the Science Guy?
I like him generally.
Yeah.
I remember watching him as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really important in terms of me respecting and liking science. The reason I brought him up, there was this article that used him as a picture. It says Disney keeps 80% of streaming revenue by calling it home video. So for years, Disney has been keeping 80% of its revenue from older shows that it distributes to streaming platforms, leaving only 20% available to stars and other profit participants. It does so by classifying the revenue as home video under a formula dating from the introduction of the VCR. Disney subtracts an 80% royalty to its in-house distributors to cover the cost of distribution. In 2017, Bill Nye, star Bill Nye the Science Guy, challenged the practice, calling it yet another example of Hollywood accounting. In a lawsuit, Los Angeles Superior Court, Nye argued that the actual distribution costs, like for platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime, are minimal, and that Disney is essentially raking in millions of dollars off the top without justification. But surprise, surprise, the judges sided with Disney. Had you guys heard about this story?
I think it came up a few years ago, actually. Like, I thought I heard about it a couple of years ago, where he was fighting them and he lost, and it was a big deal because he just wanted equal pay is what he wanted, out of his contract. He just wanted his his percentage or whatever, and they wouldn't even give him that because they were saying, oh, we have to do this much work to get it to Netflix or whatever, and it was kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it was just something that popped up earlier today, and I thought I should share this with you guys.
Yeah, even if those old shows are filmed on like tape or film, whatever like that, and they have to like transfer them digitally, if it's more likely it's on tape, it would just be transferred digitally to another format, and they can make it into something else. At the very most, they have to recolor it, but it's literally just like they're just files. It's like copying a file is basically what it is a little bit. So. Yeah. It's not that intensive. It's not as intensive as like these small companies we hear, like Synapse and like Vinegar Syndrome, buying a couple of stock films of one movie and scanning each frame at 4K and then stitching them together over like 2 years and then releasing the Blu-ray for $40. That's different.
So I got everything lined up for now. First off, our friend Infinite Wanderer says, for the 40K stream, have you contacted Chapter Master Valrak yet? He's one of the big YouTubers in 40K, frequently rallies to support for fan projects. I will now, because I had not heard of him. We also have our friend Dean Downer who says, hail WCBS, I think some people recommended Legend of the Overfiend to troll you, Jeff. It's a hentai. Also, if my hole is all that you love, then what's all that you'll receive?
Oh my god!
Wow. Yeah, my old computer agrees. It woke up to tell me that it liked the joke too. Now, Joseph Bianowitz, thank you very much for your massive super chat. He says, "Hail to the classiest bullshitters of the world. Just a bit of info. As I recall, the House of Mouse has a courtship with Coke, not just the Colombian variant. Looking at recent things as of late, Drinks of Kingdoms are it, aka Nomad."
Hey, man.
Now, the mega corporation stuff always scares me. Before, when you would read stuff in books, it would always be like, oh, they own this and that and that. And you're like, oh, okay, so they just own all these means of production and this and that. But then you learn that there's influence that comes with that too. And now whatever shift has happened where a corporation feels its duty to, I don't know, protect us, in quotations. I don't know if we need protecting, but I didn't realize that Coca-Cola and Disney had any kind of connection. Did you guys?
I mean, I remember the when I was a kid, we went to their parks. When I was young, they would have their products there, but that's about all I remember. And I think some of the some of the grenades type bottles you saw from the Star Wars area were Coca-Cola branded stuff. So I mean, that's kind of how they do it.
Yeah, I was just looking. I looked up Coca-Cola Disney. All I got so far was a thing about the Coca-Cola store at Disney Springs from last year. Clearly, it hasn't reopened since then.
Yeah, it's Oh
wait, no, this is the one in Florida. Sorry, it is open. Dion's going to go there, folks. That's what he's going to do after he watches Dark Fate the 30th time. He's going to go to the Coca-Cola store in Disney Springs to get amped up on caffeine. Probably do something to regret.
Oh my god!
I regret. That's how it goes.
Jeez.
But Joseph, thank you very much. If you're talking about the land east of us too, which is what I think you're trying to say, I'll look more into that as well. Dr. Coffin-House, thank you very much. He says Hulk Hogan is the hero we need, but don't deserve.
Oh my god,
Hulk Hogan, brother. Doug Keller, thank you very much for everything, Doug. He says, good evening, Jeff, Nick, and Kendo. Good evening to you, Doug. And thank you. Oh, I got your message. I'll hit you back up after the show. Stetson's Gold says, a donation to the channel. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you, Stetson's Gold. We appreciate that. And then TLJ Screwjob says, Mary needed some water for her Gina thirst. Oof. So, guys, we talked about the Gina Carano interview from the Daily Wire. Now, Kendo, you had a chance to listen to it, correct?
You might have to let Kendo back in if he's in the green room.
Oh, he dropped. Okay, I'm sitting here talking to him, and I was like, oh, it dropped. Sorry, I'm in a different window.
There he is. He's back now.
So, Kendo, I was saying you heard the Gina Carano interview from the Daily Wire, correct?
Yes, I have.
What'd you think of it?
Oh, Jesus. He just left again.
Well, you know what, folks? We'll go back to that in a couple of minutes. What we'll talk about briefly, though, Mary was very thirsty for Gina Carano. Can't blame her. Mary has good taste. But, Nick, when we all get together for Horror Hound in Cincinnati, if Mary hasn't moved super, super far, we should all try to get together because...
Oh, did she live nearby that area?
Yeah, Kentucky. So, when I was back in Cincinnati, we were talking about something on a stream. I was like, wait, I know where this is. So we realized we're in the same area. Oh, Nomad, Joseph Bianowitz says, Nomad is my Patreon name. I just wanted you to know it's me, LOL. I knew you were, from a minute, I was like, wait, is Nomad Lord is he? At first I thought it was Darth Fatass for a minute. I was like, no, wait, that's not him. But no. Thank you. I will take a picture of that too, Joseph, just to remind myself, because we talked, your question's going to come up on the show in a minute that you asked us about G.I. Joe and Transformers. So thank you. I'll do that a little later, AJ Journeyman. Don't worry. Now, Kendo, I was just asking you, since you listen regularly, I believe, to the Daily Wire, you heard the Gina Carano interview. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I typically don't listen to his weekend interviews unless it's somebody I'm actually interested in, which is rare. But that one popped up last week, and I saw that. Oh, he talked to Gina Carano. This ought to be pretty interesting. And I listened to it. It was like an hour-long interview. I thought it was really good. You got her side of the story, her version of events, and the things that went on. I've seen a lot of criticism of the interview that clearly was done by people that didn't actually listen to it, because nothing of what they were saying that had any substance or took place in the interview whatsoever. But yeah, so he wasn't like leading her through the interview. She was pretty much just allowed to talk freely about her experiences with Lucasfilm and the cancel culture online and things of that nature. And yeah, so if you get a chance, I would say go ahead and check it out and listen to it, and go into it with an open mind. If you're not into his side of the equation, he's one of the people I do listen to get one version of the news, and then I go to a different source for another version of the news, and then I kind of make up my own mind, because that's what you're supposed to do. And yeah, so go check it out. I think it was really good. I liked hearing what she had to say, and it was kind of refreshing to hear Gina tell her side of the story instead of just hearing what, her side of the story being told by people on Twitter.
Now, the reason I brought the Gina Carano interview up is because there's been a backlash. There's a ripple effect that's happening across Star Wars or anything related to Kathleen Kennedy or Lucasfilm, across all the social media, YouTube, Twitter, everything. And it's really starting to affect the High Republic. And so I thought this would be a perfect time to share an update based on today's video. So yesterday, when I made the video for this High Republic situation, it had, I think, 2.2 thousand thumbs up to 12,000 thumbs down, which is now 2.5 thousand thumbs up to 18,000 thumbs down. And the view count has only jumped about 29,000 views. So again, people are very pissed off about what's going on with Gina Carano. They want Kathleen Kennedy gone. They don't like how Star Wars has been handled for so many years, and people are really, really fed up with it. Now they're coming to the comment sections of these videos, and I think the High Republic is going to they'll probably use the High Republic as a sacrificial lamb. They'll say, oh, the fans tanked it. They're terrible. It had people of minorities in the leads and this and that, and they did this because they hated it and this and that. This is what's going to happen with the High Republic, folks. Not to be a super downer guy tonight, but in reality, the fans rejected it because it looked dumb, and it really was dumb. Anna looked into it. I read the comic. We reviewed stuff for it. So it's not like people didn't give it a shot. People didn't like it. Star Wars fans didn't like it for specific reasons. Ram Jamram is only funny when he's a button on this channel. In reality, he's a lame-looking character who looks like Tito from Rocket Power.
I was going to ask, is this the comic that stars our favorite you-know-who, and have you hit the button?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He does have our favorite Jamram.
That's the one.
Yeah. I didn't have a chance this week because I'm getting ready for the launch of everything to do a new button, but I do have a list of buttons I want to make. So
I just thought of a good one.
Ooh, well, text it to me, man.
Yes. All right.
Catch the look right now. So, folks, a lot of the comments here, the top comments, over 10,000 comments. Your highest comment from a day ago has 2.5 thousand. Mysteriously, though, when I recorded the video stuff for the top comments, this wasn't popping up. Oh, well. And this one from Ronnie Jotten wasn't even there. But a lot of it's about Gina Carano and Kathleen Kennedy. Very few things, or very few comments talk about the High Republic and Marchion Ro and anything from it. Like I'll reiterate the point I was trying to make. The High Republic will die because the fans are too pissed off, and Lucasfilm's going to blame us for other reasons. So just be prepared for the incoming shitstorm. It doesn't really stop anytime soon, which is weird because I don't know about a lot of listeners out there, but I was cool after The Mandalorian Season 2 ended. I thought, Luke Skywalker, I don't love it as much as, I think it looks a little hokey, but I get it. I like it for what it is story-wise. Good end to the season. You had the cool charity streams. You had everyone rally together around Star Wars theory, and there's just this great feeling of unity in the Star Wars fan. And we're like, all right, cool, we're over the hump. Now it's time to look forward to the Book of Boba Fett possibly, and all these other things. And then the Gina Carano situation happens, and it's not the first. It's probably the third the third thing in the Star Wars I don't know what we call it, the dumpster fire that is 2021 for Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
First, I guess Pablo's stuff was late last year, but we'll lump it into this for the sake of it. Then we had the stuff from the High Republic, all the people, the creators and the people that work on the shows, calling out a certain demographic of people. And then you had Gina Carano Fire, and those three things really set off a shitstorm of Star Wars. And I don't think there's really the next wave of shows isn't going to be enough to wipe the memories of people. Nerds have a memory that's infinite. People still bitch about the special edition changes and McClunky, and that's a 5-second edit to a thing. This is somebody's life. This is a stance that people are going to take, and as you can see, all the comments are about three things: Kathleen Kennedy, Gina Carano, or their comments being censored. This is not what you want when you're talking about your newest Star Wars property, is it? I thought you wanted people to be excited.
No, man. And personally, I think they really did screw up by firing her, because whatever movie that they're going to put her in at Ben Shapiro's company or whatever like that, regardless, I think there's enough fans and people to spend money on it to make a difference. And if they make enough money on it, Hollywood will shit themselves. If they see that he's invested a little bit of money into it, and he's made like double or triple or 5 times more than he put into it, and people keep putting money up for it, Hollywood will entirely shit themselves, and so will Disney. It'll be very, very interesting to see.
I'm just hoping against hope that her movie is a huge hit. Just, I wish everyone luck with all their projects. That I don't know her, probably will never meet her, but good luck. I would say the same if Kendo is going to make a movie, probably, because we're going to be doing it together. But my point is, I'm going to wish everybody good luck on their projects. I want to see this thing succeed. I like with comics, I want people to know that there are alternate forms of ways to to ingest your favorite art forms. You don't have to go out to the theaters to watch movies. You can get them at home now. And I don't mean exclusively just because of the HBO deal. I'm talking about stuff that's only going to get released on streaming. The world has been opened up to, filmmakers have had the world opened up to them thanks to technology. And now this could be another step in more independently produced projects that reach a bigger scale. We got to see this one. We'll see where it goes. I know a lot of people are already ready to sign up for it and check it out. Cool. Tell me how it is. We'll check it out. We'll review it too. But I'm just excited to see what the evolution can be, because as we hear each and every single week about another big company pulling bullshit or changing this or doing that or putting disclaimers, editing, censoring, people are fed up with it and they're now creating their own stuff. So the only thing I say to the audiences of the world, support the new stuff that's coming out. Don't wait around for the 17th Thor movie. You go see the 17th Thor movie. But remember, a movie ticket is about $12 to $15. It's awesome to go give that to see Thor, but you could go support whatever else and see something just as awesome.
Yeah, man, you could support an independent movie or independent artists or independent comic books, and give them the money instead, and have control over that, and not give Hollywood that much of it, and maybe if that artist, that movie or whatever gets enough money, they can actually make something better and cooler, and you'll appreciate that and buy more of that, and you'll see more from that person as time goes on.
Oh yeah, it's real simple, and people have that power, and people have been making those things happen, and it's exciting. As somebody who likes to consume, as somebody who likes to create, that these opportunities are out there and they're being created, and so that's why I try to back as many of these projects that I can and stuff like that. Because full transparency, have I read everything I ever bought? No, but it's the idea behind it. That's
right.
So back to the matter at hand, though. I don't think that fans will forgive Lucasfilm anytime soon. And people say, oh, it's a hyperbolic statement. The emotions are high. Give it a couple weeks, they'll forget. Has anyone forgot? Has anyone forgot about Rian Johnson? Look, if you could put out a Rian Johnson video and get 250,000 views in a couple of days, people are still pissed off about that movie. People are going to be pissed off about this for a long time.
Yeah.
It's Pandora's box.
They were still pissed. They were still pissed about the prequels until they saw these 3 movies from Disney. Now they're like, those aren't that bad. So,
right.
Yeah, as you said before, Jeff, nerds have memory, and there's a cost to that. It's like if you make something worse than the thing we used to hate, like that's powerful in itself.
Sorry, I had a line of traffic roll down the street, so I had to silence myself for a minute, folks. But yeah, I think this will be something that we'll be talking about. Put like this: you won't see a Star Wars video come out ever again that there won't have a comment about Gina Carano or what's going on right now. This is going to be one of those things that is tied to the regime of Star Wars. There's a lot of bullshit that's gone on, a lot of fuckery. This is just another one of those things. This is up there with, well, put it like this: this is the most serious of them. But this is one of those things that'll be remembered, like the Russian bots or the Rotten Tomatoes thing. Just these seminal moments in this adversarial relationship between fans. Actually, it's not even the fans that are adversarial. The company that owns the biggest property ever, and the adversarial relationship it has with the fans. So, this is just an ongoing saga, folks, and we've been reporting on it for years, and it doesn't change anytime soon, which is fun. Not really.
They don't like it when they push back.
No, God, no. And they keep using the same stuff. Your ists and phobes, and you're this, you're that. This is why you hate us. It's like, no, we hate you because you're a hypocritical company who wants to be woke, but somehow can't keep somehow can't do it behind the scenes either. Like, you'll say these things and then just forget about them and think we don't see them. We can't look them up on the internet with like a few keystrokes and just find these things. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, they're as easy to find as Chinese concentration camps.
Yeah.
Disney knows. Let's give them a thanks, Disney.
Jeez.
That really chaps my ass. How the fuck was that not a bigger story?
Because they made it not a bigger story, Jeff. That's why.
Yeah.
That's entirely why.
Well,
they were able to, sweep that one under the rug. I don't know how you could sweep something like that under the rug, but they were able to figure out a way to do it.
Yeah. Mike W., that's a line from Dumb and Dumber. So, moving forward, I'm looking forward to... Actually, let me rewind that for a second. I'm waiting for the next faux pas. What do you think the next faux pas will be on the big corporate scale? Who do you think they're going to let go of tomorrow?
I mean, they've been coming for Chris Pratt for a good long spell.
What does that guy do that's so terrible again? Tell me, Kendo.
He is religious and doesn't speak out about wokeism and politics. And when he does say something, it doesn't fall into the party line.
Did you also realize he's married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter?
I was not aware of that.
Now he is. He was married to Anna Faris or whatever.
Yeah. Now he's been married to Catherine Eunice Schwarzenegger since 2019. Great.
Okay. Good for him.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a weird, like, power couple dynamic.
Imagine that Thanksgiving dinner with the in-laws.
Well, Arnold's got an Instagram or a Twitter. Have you seen his videos on there? He's interesting as shit.
Yeah. Welcome to Thanksgiving. I'm the former governor. I know, Arnold. I'm married to your daughter. I'm your son-in-law.
Star-Lord versus Terminator.
There we go.
That would, I mean, just to see that picture would be glorious.
I gotta say,
welcome to the family, Chris. If you hurt my daughter, I will terminate you.
If Chris Pratt was in Dark Fate, it might have been just as bad.
Yeah, but I was like, that wouldn't have changed.
Oh yeah, even Chris Pratt couldn't have saved that movie.
No, because all it would have been is like the three women constantly telling him to shut up and be quiet and sit in the back seat. That's all it would have been.
Pretty much, yeah.
I finally saw the other Jurassic Park movies with him in it. He's not terrible. I really like him.
He's the only good part of those movies.
Actually, the worst part. Yeah, I was gonna say he's the only good part.
Yeah.
Except for when Bryce Dallas Howard runs. That's not bad either.
That's true.
She's one of those actresses that hold on. Family. If I wouldn't get a copyright strike, I'd have a Jeopardy button. Every time a car came by, the Jeopardy theme would play. We would wait and wait.
Yeah.
That was just a nice burn there, Mike W. But yeah, I see Rosario Dawson's up for in the conversation about stuff being or people being canceled. I don't know what she said or did. Do you guys know?
I don't know. Probably because she just
I don't think she's cancelable right now.
Well, she probably said something neutral and didn't take a side, and then that's the problem.
Yeah, but she's like married to or dating a Democrat senator that ran for president last time around, who's kind of a big name. So I would say she's semi uncancelable right at the moment. Now, if they break up, all bets are off.
But until then.
Yeah.
So they're labeling her as transphobic. It says Rosario Dawson is just the old shit about the trans person who sued her. Oh, okay, that's all it is. So it's nothing new. Like,
God,
to the people that are out there,
put their fucking pronouns in her bio or something.
I like Rosario Dawson. She's been a solid actress since the first time I've ever seen her. I've never seen Rosario Dawson give a shit performance.
No, never.
No, I like her. She seems cool, very friendly, but I guess you can't be nice and friendly anymore.
She was like there was a lot of great parts of Clerks too, but like her casting in that movie, it made it as good as it turned out to be.
Oh yeah.
You've put somebody else in that spot, I don't think it turns out as well.
So we never really get into politics, but when it comes to entertainment and politics, and now Star Wars, you just can't not share it. So, Kendo, I know you're not really a criminologist or an expert in the field, but I have it on good authority that you know the identity of the Zodiac Killer.
I do, Jeff. I didn't have to do much research. I just had to hear somebody say it once during a presidential debate.
Perfect.
Yes. You know what?
That's all the proof you needed, damn it.
You know what? And if it wasn't for that, there was the GIF that came out. And I mean, that the faces morph into each other way too good. Sure, the age wouldn't line up, but then again, kids are craftier. But there. Yes, on the right you have Ray, played by Razy Diddley, and on the left you have the Zodiac Killer, Ted Cruz.
Oh my God! What is Ted Cruz right now? Almost looks like John Rhys Davies, like in a weird way.
Because he hit the 50 threshold and he doesn't care anymore.
You go first. So have you heard the story?
Yes, but I don't think our audience has.
Yeah, Daisy Ridley hits out at Ted Cruz over emotionally tortured Jedi remark. Daisy Ridley has hit out at U.S. Senator Ted Cruz after he appeared to slam her Star Wars character in his defense of the former Mandalorian actor Gina Carano. After Carano was ousted from the Star Wars TV series by Disney, Cruz became one of her most high-profile defenders. In a tweet, the senator wrote, Texan Gina Carano broke barriers in the Star Wars universe. Not a princess, not a victim, not some emotionally tortured Jedi. She played a woman who kicked ass and who girls looked up to. She was instrumental in making Star Wars fun again. Of course, Disney canceled her. Many took Cruz's emotionally tortured Jedi remark as a jab at Ridley, who portrayed the emotionally tortured Jedi Rey in the newest Star Wars trilogy. Speaking to Yahoo Entertainment, Ridley hit back at Cruz while mocking the recent controversy over the senator's trip to Cancun amid a statewide blackout in Texas. She says, I'm very happy to be an emotionally tortured Jedi who doesn't leave her state when it's having a terrible time, Ridley joked.
Jesus.
Well, she doesn't have a state. She lives in England because she's from there. But I mean, look, I get that he bailed on the people and went to Cancun, whatever the story may be. Whatever, that's a moot point. The important thing is nothing he said was wrong. Yeah, shit on him all you want for going to Cancun with Texas was dealing with the ice and the blackouts. I mean, it was awful optics. It looked terrible that you're the sitting senator from that state and they're all dealing with some horrible things and you're going on fucking vacation. Yeah, it looks bad. It's a bad move, but that has nothing to do with the fact that what he said about Gina Carano and the Disney situation is not, there's nothing wrong there. It's completely correct. Spot on.
Yeah, 100%. Also, Ray Palpatine. This is an America. Once again, like you're in England, this is America. We're gonna deal with our problem. Don't worry about it. Like you deal with fucking Boris. What's his ass? Okay. Yeah. Like keep your shit out of our shit. All right. We'll take care of our house. You take care of yours. Like just shut the fuck up and.
We don't go around shitting on your House of Commons and Lords representatives. I don't care.
Yeah. You stay. You guys stay locked down for another 2 years, and we'll go have fun in Florida. It's fine.
I'll see
go
you
watch some cricket and eat some crumpets. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because cricket is boring, but crumpets are delicious.
They are delicious. They really are.
I've never had them. I'll have to try.
Oh, dude, they're so good, especially with some melted butter. Oh, dude.
You sold me.
Yeah.
I like what Mr. V says. Good for you, Daisy. You own the fact that your character was terrible. You go, girl.
Yeah, that's the best part. She could have just played that off as like, I don't know what he's talking about. No, she just straight up said, that son of a bitch is talking about me. Because she just straight, it's like anytime you make like a passive aggressive comment that could be just interpreted a certain way, and the person that you're saying it about could just no sell it, but instead they just fucking latch on that and own it, and it just puts it back on Front Street. Like, oh yeah, he was talking about you. I didn't realize that. Huh. Good job.
By the way, folks, we have over 900 people watching, but we only have 411 likes. So hit that thumbs up button, because, like I always say, hit that 1,000 thumbs up. We'll do a Good Morning Pop Culture. On weeks when the High Council doesn't do it, we give the opportunity here. It happened this week, but there's a line of the show, so just throw another episode on. I don't care. It's fun. Tomorrow I'm going to be crossing over with Tom from Midnight's Edge. We're going to be talking about the comic launch, which again you can sign up for in the link right now. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers will be on the launch with the High Council this week, so it'll be a big, exciting night. We'll have Anna on board as well. We'll reveal her painting. It's a big show, so make sure you guys don't miss out on it. And the High Council, that picture I've been showing, it's only available for one day. It's in the community tab, so check it out too if you haven't had a chance to see it. But plug aside, all that aside, I am so happy that it's acceptable to just shit on The Last Jedi or the Disney Star Wars films from Congress to India. Like, this is it. I don't care what your politics are. If your senator takes the time to shit on the Star Wars sequel trilogy in the middle of a speech or whatever, a moment, a tweet, you fucked up.
Well, I also
the only way. To say the only way it gets better is if he would have proposed a congressional resolution declaring The Last Jedi as a bad movie. That would have taken the cake. If we would have, I mean,
even if it was a fucking joke, if it was a joke,
I know. Even as a joke, like tries to like pork barrel it into some kind of bill to like declare that it's a national tragedy that movie was ever made or something like that. It would be fantastic, because it's not like our government's busy doing anything else other than wasting our time and money.
That's for goddamn sure.
Now, to get back with the audience, we had a lot of people that want to talk about characters that had part of their name removed. So first off, though, Thunder Robot says, "Potato my hole."
So that's just combining two different games, and that's when we start to lose the rules and the chaos ensues.
Well, what about everyone's favorite board game, Mr. Potato Hole?
Ooh.
Did you guys not growing up?
I don't believe I did.
I guess we weren't from the right side of the tracks.
I didn't go to private school, though.
Yeah, I've never heard of that game. I really haven't.
Yeah.
TLJ Screwjob says Roger's Neighborhood. That just doesn't sound right. It's missing the Mister.
It's Robinson's Neighborhood.
Yeah, it's Robinson. It's beautiful bit. Never mind. I need to watch those soon.
It's
Are you guys getting excited for Coming to America too? Like, I'm legitimately interested.
When I first heard about it, I was kind of pissed off. I was like, "Oh, damn it! They're doing a fucking part 2." And then I watched the trailer, and I was like, "Okay." As soon as you see the trailer, you see the fucking barbershop bit, and I was like, "All right, we're good."
Yeah, I was cautiously optimistic when they announced it. I saw the trailer, and I'm just like, there's a 75-25 split on whether this one's going to be good or bad, just because like most of the trailer, the stuff that involves Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall looked good. Everything else, I'm just like, I don't know how this is going to go.
I look at, based on his SNL and the stuff I saw from Dolomite, Eddie Murphy really has it in him. I don't know if he's just been waiting all this time or what, but I gotta have something to look forward to.
Well, I mean, he did pick a perfect time to come back. I mean, we do need him, so it's good.
Oh yes, yeah.
we definitely need him, and like the trailer does look interesting. So I'm with you, Kendo. Yeah, 75-25 is definitely the way I'm going to, but we will see. We will definitely see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the hero we need.
Yeah, do we deserve him?
No, we do not deserve Eddie Murphy. If he's going to be old school Eddie Murphy, we do not deserve that as a society because of all the shit we've done to ourselves. But we need it. We really need it. We need that comedy back.
I know. Now, to the folks in the chat who are asking about the Buffalo Jeff voice, maybe if Swinging Cod's in the chat, that usually triggers the voice. But I was really looking forward to having Dion here tonight, because if Dion was here, the voice would make him that much more uncomfortable.
I love how they've dubbed the Buffalo Jeff voice. Like that's really fucking creepy.
Is it like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs reference there that I did get?
Yeah, that ain't me. I'm from Buffalo.
Well, that works too. Goodbye, horses.
Yeah, flying over you. So, Rob Brands, thank you very much. Rob says, where can we rank a possible Charlize Theron lesbian Die Hard remake in regards to stupid movie ideas of 2021? Just stop trying to woke great movies. So I haven't heard about this. Have you?
Well, Charlize Theron did have a lesbian scene in Atomic Blonde.
Okay, and that's not a problem. So
I'm not saying it is, but she had. Okay, do you remember the girl with the fucking knife legs in Kingsman? That's what she had it with.
Maybe I should watch Atomic Blonde.
And it was a fun movie. I really enjoyed it. It was actually really good.
Just go to Pornhub and find that scene on there without having to watch
true.
the whole movie.
That's true. That's true.
Oh,
well, I don't know. Pornhub
to the chase that way.
Pornhub is fucking cleaned like a good portion of shit out. So I don't know how easy it'd be to find now. We might have to go to like fucking X videos or RedTube, whatever the hell else they have, and just try to find it there.
There you go, Nick. How many other websites can you just name off the top of your head like that?
Don't judge me, goddammit.
Subscriptions do you have?
Yeah.
Listen, all right. I fund a lot of single ladies on OnlyFans. Okay, don't judge me,
dude. You're single-handedly saving the economy.
Yeah.
You're a hero, and I respect you.
Hey, man, not all heroes wear capes.
You do.
Only in the bedroom.
Gallons of Jergens laying around.
Not gallons, like more like liters, but we won't go into that.
Enough liters make a gallon, Nick.
I know.
Just because they're in individual containers doesn't make it not add up.
Yeah, that's not how fluid works. It has to go somewhere, Nick. We don't need to know where.
That's what she said.
So we love to talk about a specific actor who, I don't know, he's lost his way, kind of like a puppy. And normally when a puppy loses its way, you're supposed to go out there and find that fucking dog. But this guy losing his way makes me very happy. So folks, look at the screen right now. Shield your eyes if you're afraid of a smile. But this man right here, Mr. Jordan Peele. We have talked about him ad nauseum.
Oh, God.
For many, many different reasons.
That is Raper Face.
I can officially say, guys, tonight is the happiest time in my entire life that I've ever talked about Jordan Peele since the existence of this show. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Jordan Peele's The Twilight Zone canceled after 2 seasons. Fuck you. It's done.
Yes.
God.
No more Kendo apology tours.
Man. That's amazingly happy news.
So, officially, The Twilight Zone will not return on CBS All Access when it's rebranded next month as Paramount Plus. The anthology series from exec producer Jordan Peele and Simon Kinberg has been canceled after 2 seasons on the Viacom CBS-backed platform. Sources say Peele and Kinberg's companies were both ready to walk away from the series, although CBS All Access Paramount wanted the series to continue. So, that's kind of interesting right there. Now, we talk about entertainment on a deeper level. We talk about shows that are allegory. We talk about shows that have great metaphor, all these wonderful things. And The Twilight Zone has always been this cornerstone of television shows that have a message that isn't preachy, that isn't over the top. Some of the moments on The Twilight Zone are over the top, but some of the messages really ring true. And that's really telling, because at the beginning of the show, we talked about a sitcom that we referred to as the Penis Van Lesbian Show. Now, the Dick Van Dyke Show in reality is a contemporary to the Twilight Zone. I don't know exactly how many years there is as of a crossover, but I'm going to guess off the top of my head, there's got to be at least a few. So my point I'm trying to get at, though, is we look at a show like Dick Van Dyke as this archaic, idyllic version of 1950s America through the lens of a couple old guys. But we also look at the Twilight Zone as this shining example of humanity put on television. One of those things doesn't need to be improved upon, and one of those things is fun to be lampooned. Dick Van Dyke, what does he do these days? Well, thankfully, he's still alive. He consults on WandaVision. That's how they look back on those sitcoms of the older era. They're looked back as fun, cliche, passe, all of these things, but they're considered the past. The Twilight Zone is one of these things that remains relevant because the message, no matter how old the show gets, those messages are still true. The people that wrote those shows understood humanity. They understood mankind, and that's why those shows don't become dated outside of the clothes or some of the phrases they use. Now, Jordan Peele tries to... Here's what happens with the Twilight Zone. Every generation or so, every couple decades, they just try to reinvent it. You have the 80s version, which has some great moments. You have the Forrest Whitaker one, which our buddy Cameron Pasha wrote for. And then you have the Jordan Peele one, which we have watched extensively over on Patreon. We reviewed the episode. We gave it a fair shake. I am one of these people that will always joke on the show about Tales from the Hood 2, about how you feel bad about existing when you watch that movie. And that's how I feel about the Jordan Peele Twilight episodes. I just feel bad for being a person. Like, I'm not dark enough, I'm not white enough, I'm just in this weird gray area, pun intended. And shows created by, in this way, always paint these situations that create a person like me in a terrible way. So I'm stuck watching shows that don't really say, but they're implying it. And so when I watch a guy like Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone go out the window, for all the reasons, I'm happy. So I know this sounds like a long, vindictive way to say fuck you, but seriously, that show causes so many problems. And you talk about race relations and American shit. Kendo, how off-putting was that episode about the college with the cop?
Extremely off-putting, Jeff. It was... How do I say this in a way that doesn't make it made me extremely uncomfortable to watch it, not because of the message, but because of how super fucking heavy-handed it was, especially for me, somebody that has, friends of all shapes and colors and sizes and knows police officers of all shapes, colors and sizes. So it's just like, yeah. When you said that it's got the Jordan Peele one had a message that implied it, that one didn't imply it. It just straight up fucking put this out there and said, "This is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. And this is exactly what I want you to think is the real truth and the real way things work."
Yeah, and it's the fucking episode was. Well, even then, like the first episode is what is it? Terror at what 30,000 feet or 40,000 feet, whatever it is, and they put this fucking like. New generation spin on it, but making it a goddamn podcast. It's like, oh, this is what we're gonna do to make it seem cool and everything, and have this podcast predict everything that's gonna happen to you. And it's like, first of all, Shatner made it hilarious. John Lithgow made it even better in the movie, and you just make it boring. I don't know how you make this particular skit boring, but you fucking did.
And I
would rather watch Tales from the Hood 2 than a single episode of Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone.
Woo! Woo!
Now, I gotta say, to be fair, that first episode with, I believe it was Kumail Nanjiani?
Yeah.
Like, that was a good episode. I will give that one credit. Yeah. Because that was the free episode they gave out to everybody. That was that tester. I went, all right.
It was a fucking bait and switch.
It was a whole series. Because that show was damn good. That was a damn good episode. I thought to myself, if this entire Twilight Zone show is this, I'm going to go on the channel and say, hey, folks, I was wrong. I was completely wrong. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
That one episode was damn good. The rest, God damn it, dude. Like, not even about shitting on the legacy.
It was like an actual Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah. It was like an actual Twilight Zone episode where you felt a little crazy watching it. And it had really great moments, and it had the fucking Dutch tilt angles. It had all of it. All of those hallmark elements of the Twilight Zone were there on display. But when it became about, oh, these are the episodes you've paid for now, then you really got the message behind the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone. And look at folks, I just marked this one up as a big win, a win for sanity. Almost folk, Hollywood, whatever people out there that be Viacom, CBS, realize the Twilight Zone is a forever show. It should forever be streaming. It should forever be available. It should forever have its 4th of July marathons. It should forever be sacred and never be touched.
It really should be public domain at this point, in all honesty. Even though it's, what is it, 60 plus years old, it's a reward to its, to how good it is, and also like a telling of how poignant it is to human beings and just people in general, that this show that's 60 plus years old still resonates with everybody who watched it, regardless of generation or kid or whoever. You just get it immediately. You know what they're talking about. You know the underlying subtle story they're telling, and the thing they're trying to teach you. And it's wonderful in that aspect, because like they did it. They fucking nailed it 60 fucking years ago, and they've been trying to get catch lightning in a bottle again, and they just can't. They really, really can't. And it's sad, but also, just telling to see to how great those storytellers were, and how good they were at their job back then, during when like making any TV show or anything like that was fucking tough, man. And they did it.
Yeah, and all of those old craftsmen and women, well, let's just be honest, it was the 50s, mostly dudes that worked on that show. There were some women writers and stuff, but the craftsmen that worked on the Twilight Zone, it shows on screen. Yes, there are hokier elements, but there are also really impressive elements too. And it's all about the writing and the ideas that are presented there. And I just wish people that had the people that have the influence to get to make the Twilight Zone, use that power well. It's not just about it being the Twilight Zone. It's about the perfect vessel for social allegory from whatever era you're in, if you just do it right. The Twilight Zone could have another life with the right person. I don't think Jordan Peele wasn't the right person, not to be the face of it, not to be anything. And it's not a color thing. We've had a black guy that was the face of the Twilight Zone with Forrest Whitaker like 20 years ago.
Yeah, and his stuff was what, pretty good, right?
Pretty solid run. I mean, there's a lot of remake episodes, but there's some damn good ones too.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if you put that up against this current one, that one's probably better than this one. So,
okay. Oh, dude, yeah, I'll back 2002 Twilight Zone over the new one. I'll go original 80s, 2002, and then this one. So in the order they came out, it's just a law of diminishing returns. Also, too, I wouldn't be opposed if you do remake the Twilight Zone one more time. Make it period, make it black and white, make it eerie, make it timeless. Yeah. Now, 007 Cloud says, F Jordan Peele. Yeah, I love Key and Peele. Big fan of that Jordan Peele, but modern him, just, dude, have some fun. Smile, lighten up, bro. We're all here. We're in on the joke. I fucking loved every episode of Key and Peele had a great skit. I just don't get how people lose that so quickly.
I think, I mean, and like even the second episode being horribly heavy-handed, there were some in there that just like, there was one about the meteors that came down that turned men violent, and then they had like they literally had two dudes in the background fighting, I think like a black guy, but they both had red hats on, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I know exactly what you're saying here. There's some other ones as well. Right. I think like the space one they had where they were like launching into space as like a nuclear attack was happening on the US was fucking interesting, because I was like, this is really compelling. This is a really good one. And then I think I quit watching after a couple of them, because I was just like, I'm fucking done. And then I had some friends watch season 2 that came out this last October, and they were just like, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's yeah, you just need the right people to make the right stuff. You what now?
Sorry, I had my mic muted because family.
Yeah, family.
I have a morbid curiosity for the Candyman remake. Isn't that going to be on HBO Max?
Yeah, it's coming out in, I think, October. But also, like, well, I did a whole video on Patreon about remakes coming out, and I didn't name that he's doing. Well, he's done one, and he's penned to do 2 more. And I know he's producing them. He's only producing them as far as I've seen, but his name is still attached to them, and still scares me. Candyman's going to come out. He's attached to do People Under the Stairs, and he's attached to remake, I think, through Blumhouse. I could be wrong about this, but he's attached to do the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. So
there doesn't need to be a Nightmare on Elm Street remake. It'll be, I mean, New Nightmare is not a remake of the first one, but you had the 1984, you had the 11. Yeah. You had that remake. Yeah. What? I don't understand what the impetus, like, I get what they're trying to do. They want to make horror be an allegory for black stories. Okay?
Yeah.
there has been Tales from the Hood's probably the best one that's ever been made, and I'll stand by it. Just the first one. The second one can suck a dick. But that first one still stands the test of time as a really great, socially relevant, in quotations, horror
Yeah,
film.
and the way they did that one is the way they did the original Twilight Zone. It's like it's subtle, but you know what they're talking about. It's not like beating you over the head with anything. It's extremely like they're telling it a really good story with really good characters and actors and everything, and the underlying story is really subtle.
And you know what I really like about that movie and movies of that era in general? Any really solid movie that's about not, any people from different walks of life is they're not afraid to show them as like people from different walks of life. I'm so glad that in Tales from the Hood, they weren't trying to downplay the domestic abuse issue. They're like, well, that could be played as a stereotype by modern standards. We need to, rise up. No, they're trying to tell a story about domestic violence and how the guy's literally a fucking monster. And because they're able to go there and show people be bad just because whatever reasons, when you're able to show David Allen Greer be a bad guy, you tell a really good story. When you're able to put people, no matter what they look like, in these roles as characters, good or bad, you tell a really great story. I don't like what they do with movies. You don't even have to call it like minority movies or anything like that, but like when they try to I don't know what the phrase is because I'm in that weird category. It's like churching it up or showing it better than it really is, like trying to make an idealized version of a walk of life that makes it more disingenuous. I'd much rather have a sobering look at certain economic lifestyle choices X, Y, and Z than, well, we want to make it look cool like they do the Big Bang Theory to geek culture, like everyone's
Jesus Christ, don't make it started on fucking that thing.
Thankfully we don't have to because that show's over, Nick. We can, what we should do every week, Nick? We should take 1 minute. Big Bang Theory's canceled, folks. It's over. Thanks.
Well, not just okay. Like I have issue with that show and the whole goddamn like range of shit that they've messed up. But I won't go into it. But I mean, for instance, like that. Talking about the movie you were talking about before. I fucking lost the name of it now. God damn it.
Tales from the Hood.
Thank you, Tales from the Hood. I don't know why I forgot it. I just fucking blanked. To talk about Tales from the Hood, especially in that segment, you made in the 90s, you made people hate David Allen Greer in the 90s for a second. The fact that you could do that tells you how good it is. Because David Allen Greer is funny as fuck. I love that man. He is hilarious as shit. And the fact that in the 90s, during, I guess, the height of his career, you made people look at him and be like, oh, that asshole is fucking amazing.
Dude, I'm about to pull up a picture. It's the cop from Jumanji. I mean,
yeah.
When I saw this movie, I saw Tales from the Hood as a kid. It's fine. It was scary back then because I was 6 years old, but it really isn't scary at all. It's a funny movie. But I recognized David Allen Greer because he had been on a ton of shows. We watched In Living Color. Yeah, as a kid, I watched In Living Color. Men on Film, 2 times around the world. He was fun. Then he's isn't he in Blank Man?
Yeah, he's Blank Man's sidekick, other guy, I think.
And then you have him in this, and then to see him play an abusive stepdad that was hitting his kid, it was a big game changer. Wow, okay, the guy's got some range. Now he's played mostly goofy roles since then, but my point is, if you're gonna take these horror movies and you want to use them as an allegory for the Black experience, make sure that you're going to show it accurately and you're not trying to idealize it to make yourselves feel better or try to represent whatever. Like, I'm from whatever walk of life you want to probably put into that category. Show it how it was.
And if you put vampires in your fucking movie, do it goddamn right.
Yeah, like Tommy Wiseau. Make sure they drive Mercedes and shit and they fly.
That's right.
I still remember that fucking, what was it, like the second or third segment of the second one we watched, and it's like they fucked up their own like logic of like how to see vampires, because you couldn't see them in mirrors, but somehow you could see them in cameras. Like it was so dumb. I was like, what the fuck is going?
Well, no internal.
When they went to film that. Yeah, when they went to film them, they were the vampire girls had disappeared. They were invisible. But then after they drugged them and they put the guys into like cages, they were talking to them through video cameras. Like there was the TV screens in their little holding cell thing, and the girls were looking into a camera and talking to them. So yeah, they dicked up their whole vampire concept within a span of 30 seconds.
It was wonderful. It was just like, wow, you guys really fucked this up. And it's odd to see like the same director try to make the same thing and screw it up the second time. It's like you have the formula for this. It's the first one. Just do that, and somehow, I don't know. I guess he wanted to be like Jordan Peele or something, and he's like, I'm gonna be the next Jordan Peele. I'm gonna be right next to him. We're gonna make the same shit. It's like, no.
Now, we had a super chat from Stephanie Corbano who says Black Mirror season 1 ruined Twilight Zone and the rest of Black Mirror.
That season 1 is fucking good though. That first episode like fucking got me. That man, that first episode, shit.
We're still talking about it. What? How old is that? Like 7 years old now?
It's old, man. But yeah, like that first episode. When you learn the premise of that first episode,
yeah, the pig fucker, man.
it changes your fucking life, man. I swear. You're like, what? They want to do what? What to who? Oh
Yeah.
man. Like they didn't play any games. They didn't fucking hold back punches or whatever, man. Like it was. Oh yeah, they just went for it.
Dash Attack, you are wise. He says Monsters on Maple Street is very relevant today.
Oh shit! Yeah, you are. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes, it is.
That witch hunt mentality, all that stuff, that's out there. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not really going on in the street, but like that mentality is going on the internet, and it's really, yeah, it's the same thing, just the same thing 60 plus years ago, just on the internet now, and with dumber people.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to Kiefer Riley Johnson, who says Jeff needs to do his own version of the Twilight Zone. In the back of the comic, I have Anthology, which is almost 10 years ago when I was playing around when I created it, but they're anthology stories in that vein, and that's my wheelhouse. Down the road, if you're like, Jeff, what's one ongoing comic series you'd like to do forever? Anthology. I like to tell small stories that have those kind of twist endings, O. Henry endings, as Stanley like to call them. They're fun for me. And moving forward, every time I have a big release, I'm going to throw at least one of those in the books. Just, get it out there to let people know that's what I'm passionate about with those types of stories, because sci-fi is the perfect vessel for everything, and that's why we're so passionate about it. Now, Star Wars is in that weird science fantasy category, but Star Wars also appeals to the spiritual side of people. That's why we feel a certain way about Star Wars. I'm reading this really interesting book, The Secret History of Star Wars, where it talks about the influence of the spiritual movement in the late 70s and how Star Wars accidentally tapped into that, where people read into the meaning of the Force and they ascribed their own spiritual beliefs to it, and then it kind of took on its own life. And the reason I bring this up is because you have all of these science elements. I just want to call it all sci-fi just to keep it into a nice ball. But whatever this package is across the board, you found a way to excite, you found a way to entertain, and you also found a way to comment on what it means to be a human. I don't love Blade Runner the way most people do, but I do like thinking about what humanity truly is. Am I a little tired of that one? Yeah, because the robot, whatever. But in general, I love the stories of humanity, the human condition, and I love them under those really cool guises of laser swords, explosions, cyberpunk worlds, flying cars. Like, it's really the most universal storytelling approach, and that's why that's why the studios will always go back and try to invest in a Valerian or all of these other universal things, because all of those science fiction properties have the universal appeal. And if they're done right, unlike what they're being done with now or how they're treated now, you will have, lasting appeal for centuries, for a century to come, if you handle it right. I mean, look, Marvel Comics have been around for 60 years almost. I think this November, Fantastic Four turns 60.
Jeez.
We'll theoretically live to see the Fantastic Four and the Marvel Universe be around for 100 years. That won't even be we won't even be that old when we're talking about it that way. So, just don't ruin it, folks. Right? I'm sorry. I get passionate. I got on these.
Hey, man. Hey, you're allowed to, man. We're allowed to. That's what we're here for. We're here to, express our passion for these things. Yeah. So that's what we do.
Well, I'm having a good time. So we do have a lot more to talk about. I can't believe how many things there are to cover this week. Let's talk about a fun one, because I think we need a nice little palate cleanser. Now, Kendo, what do these two guys... Yeah. This is the right image. What do these two guys mean to you right here on screen?
Well, let's wait for it to come up. And these two guys mean a lot to me. It makes me think of being 10 years old and having most of the best jokes go over my head while my dad is laughing at them, and then me not getting it. only understanding the visual humor of the show, and then getting older and realizing all the shit that I missed. But dude, this is like the epitome of the early '90s right here. I loved Beavis and Butthead as a kid. I loved the movie. I thought it was great. The little revival thing that they did like 10 years ago, I didn't think was nearly as good as the original because the best part of the original, because as a kid, you loved the cartoon aspect. You hated watching the videos. And as you get older, you're like, the videos are the best part when they're riffing on that stuff. And then they were making fun of like YouTube videos and things like that. And it was like a shitty version of Tosh.0, which is a shitty version of hanging out with your friends. So if they're talking about bringing them back, it's not gonna fucking work. That's all I'm gonna say, because that existed in a time capsule vacuum of the early '90s when you could get away with shit that you cannot get away with now, and I don't see how it's possible. Also, on that note, Mike Judge released the actual fucking episodes. I understand the video concerns and things like that, but when you put out your collection thing, most of the early stuff wasn't missing because it was too controversial.
I have the Mike Judge collections. I also have a channel on Pluto that plays the Mike Judge collection in perpetuity, and it sucks because I like the show exclusively for Beavis and Butthead. The music videos are fine. I can live without them. But the fact that the fire and all that shit's been removed, but don't worry. They're not trying to bring the show back. There's good news, though. They're making another movie. So Beavis and Butt-Head are set to return in a brand new spin-off movie. The iconic 1990s MTV comedy duo will be returning to, or be coming to Paramount Plus for the streaming service's forthcoming launch. The characters were shared in the news during a Viacom press release, blah, blah, blah. So Beavis and Butt-Head are going to make a return to screens, our screens and TV screens, but it's a movie. Now, Kendo, you brought up Beavis and Butt-Head Do America. Nick, do you like that one?
Oh, dude, I fucking love the movie. I remember watching it as a kid. Like, I was like, I kind of remember watching the MTV, the animated MTV shows back then, and they were fucking crazy. Beavis and Butt-Head were the tame ones with with looking at the things they did in them and everything. These guys were hilarious as shit. I remember what is this? Aeon Flux. There was a couple other ones there as well that were really
Liquid TV.
Yeah, dude. Like they really pushed the envelope, I think, for like adult cartoons and things back then. And I really liked that aspect because they were fun. You weren't allowed to watch them, but you tried to when you were a kid, and like they were a lot of fun. But no, man, I remember watching the Beavis and Butt-Head movie and everything. It was a good time. But I don't know, man. Like Paramount owns, like they're also the ones showing like Star Trek Discovery. So like it really, I'm really worried about this. I'm super worried about this.
I personally am going to remain optimistic because the 2011 revival, which I can't believe was a decade ago, I liked it. Didn't like it more, but it doesn't suck. I'm in the boat of the original show, the movie, that's, Beavis and Butt-Head Prime. But when those shows came on 10 years ago, I watched every one. I mean, I think they had some classic moments too, like when they were cutting the onions and one of them starts to cry, and then they're at the very end of the episode, they're the old people in the fucking retirement home. They're like, "You cried, you were touched." Like it's just some great moments of that show. And I'm gonna give this one a shot. Mike Judge, I still love the guy. He has not disappointed me on enough fronts for me to even be concerned. I didn't like Extract. Fine, I didn't like that movie, and I've never watched The Good Family, so I really don't know what he's up to these days. But 13 years of King of the Hill, there wasn't a single episode that I'd call bad. There were episodes I liked more, but I wouldn't say anyone was unwatchable. Beavis and Butt-Head, yes, Kendo, they need to release all that shit because embrace it. It exists. This isn't Star Wars where you can wipe away your past and release, all these other alternate cuts. You just got to fess up, dude. It was funny 30 years ago. It's still kind of funny now. It just makes some people uncomfortable. Guess what? There's a lot of shit out there that makes other people uncomfortable, but we're supposed to just willingly be happy about it. So fuck.
Oh, no. If they were to release the complete set of it, they would mint money. 100% they would. Even if they did a pre-order for it.
It'd be a license to print money.
Oh yeah, dude, 100% they would. I'm serious because like once again, the kids who watched it so many years ago have grown up now, have money. They want this back in their lives. They want this, in their home collection. Yeah, they would know what to do with the money that they fucking made from it. Like it would be ridiculous.
As Tom says, it's a movie and a show. So thank you, Tom.
Oh, okay, so all right. Well, yeah. Still, I mean, just dealing like having to deal with the company and everything like that, they might have to. I'm on the fence. I will watch it and I will give it an honest opinion, but I'm on the fence.
Now, our friend Jabraylin Van Zant says, I grew up watching Daria after Beavis and Butthead came out, then King of the Hill and Mission Hill.
Oh, Mission Hill! Holy shit!
I'm a big Daria fan.
Oh God,
Never watched.
I think I've
Daria.
watched more Daria than I've watched Beavis and Butthead.
I watched a little bit of Daria, not a lot of Daria. I remember Mission Hill. I think Mission Hill was only like 2 seasons. Yeah,
I've never seen Mission Hill. Wait, no, I think I have, but I just didn't watch it regularly. Mission Hills. Apparently, there's a place around me called Mission Hills. Mission Hill, the show. Yeah, okay, I watched this show. Of course, I watched this fucking show. It just took me a minute to remember the guy with the blue hair.
yeah.
I used to just love watching MTV. There was something about it.
Yeah, man. They like back then. They actually had shit you could watch. Unlike now, where it's like just like it's a reality TV show hub, and it's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, we get MTV on Pluto, and it's one of those. There's like 3 MTVs. There's the one that shows like MTV Cribs and Punked all day. Then there's the one that shows music videos, like legit classic videos. It's just called like MTV Classic, which is fun. And then there's a third one that shows something else, like Rob Dyrdek shows. And
Oh God! Like well, yeah. Rob Dyrdek and fucking Tosh Point are the exact same show, just different networks.
I'll give Rob Dyrdek a pass because he's from relatively close to where I'm from. And Christopher Big Boykins, I believe that was his name. Dude, Robin Big was a great show. I was sad when he died.
Yeah, yeah. He did?
Yeah, Big. Oh my God, he died like over a decade ago.
Holy shit!
That's when that show ended.
Oh, I had no idea about this. I am late to the fucking game. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Robin Big, that was the
Holy
best.
shit! I had no idea.
Yeah, only up to
no
2
idea.
years.
Damn, man.
Or, he didn't. He's dead, but that's not why the show ended. I'm wrong, but he did die. I was not wrong about that shit. So,
Okay.
yeah, he's been dead for a long time actually.
Damn,
So it's sad. God, that was a good show. Anyway, moving on, folks. I apologize. Let's get caught up with a couple of the listeners. So, Doug Keller says, "Oh, sorry, we got to go back a moment." He goes, "Wow, we have to go way back. Sorry." Here we go. Ninja Lawyer Steve, thank you very much. He says Black Adam will become African American Adam.
Yes.
Sensible.
Or just Adam.
I only observe African American Friday the day after Thanksgiving, and for New Year's, I only acknowledge New Year's Rockin' Eve with Penis Clark. So I take all the literal title very seriously in my household, Ninja Lawyer Steve. But other aside, if they do call him Shazadam, like people are rumoring, I'm gonna just not give a shit. The color black is not bad.
I'm gonna
change
not
Black
watch
Panther.
it.
Jeez.
I want to give The Rock a chance as a superhero, but just go back and I don't know, produce more shit.
He's doing that wonderful show on TV called Young Rock, which
My
I
mom swears by it.
does she really? I haven't watched it, nor do I care for it. I just
You guys know how I feel about The Rock. He's my favorite.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I can't watch that show either. But every week she's like, honey, I watched Young Rock, and she's filling me in, and she's having flashbacks to when her and I were watching wrestling 20 years ago. And I'm like, you know what? If this is the show that can make my mom feel connected to me across the country, then damn it, it's a good show in my book.
Fair enough.
Dean Domino, thank you very much. He says, if interested, look into Locals, a Patreon substitute. My buddy Keith has told me about Locals. I believe it's the Dave Rubin social media platform. So Dean Domino, we are always looking to expand the WCBS brand. Now, NG1T, thank you for everything. Sends in a $5 super chat sticker that says, keep it up. We'll keep going. The show's not over yet, folks, so keep watching. Thunder Robots also says, Coca-Cola Bear will now be made a brown bear.
Hey, that was my name in high school.
But they don't live in the Arctic, though.
We don't worry about science. It's about feelings, Kendo.
Yeah, feelings not facts, buddy.
So I feel like we should make a movie that takes place in the Arctic featuring dinosaurs. Actually, that just sounds fucking cool. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So
It's
I think
Yeah,
that-
basically, ice
that's
just
good movie.
Yeah, so we'll kind of be doing Jurassic Park, but not really. Then basically the ice just melts and we just like find dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yes,
Captain
the ice
okay with
melts, and these perfectly preserved dinosaurs like float to the surface because they were trapped under the ice, and then we just like bolt them with some electricity, like Frankenstein's monster style. They come back to life, and then we build a park where we're going to keep them, and that people can pay to come see them because that's
we're
not
basically
copyright infringement whatsoever.
We're remaking Encino Man with
Our
dinosaurs.
idea is different.
Dude, don't even fucking say that.
Yeah,
Instead of Polly Short's Chris Pratt.
Oh my god.
Oh, buddy.
You know what? I'm sure Pauly Shore lives somewhere near you. Fucking call him up and be like, "We're doing Encino Man too. Get Sean Austin down here too. God damn it."
Dude, Sean Astin, Brendan Fraser, and Pauly Shore probably aren't doing very much right now. If we could find a way to raise the funds to buy the rights, we'll make Encino Man 2. We'll film it in Encino. I don't know what the plot will be. Linkovich or whatever his fucking name. He'll become a big, rich developer. Or no, he becomes like this great radio host, and he doesn't speak English, and that's the joke. It's like a commentary on the radio or some bullshit.
Hey, can I tell you guys a story that I think you guys specifically will appreciate?
Sure.
So I was just talking to my friend Max Ziegfeld. He's an awesome comic. Does this thing called Porn Awards the Musical, and they were supposed to launch off Broadway this year or last year because of COVID and shit. They're doing an album version instead. It's a really fun musical that has all these fun, like weird, sexy type songs. They're like parodies of what you would think of classic porn. Mm. So he's got one like old person porn song, and he's shopping around to get some names and some celebrities to do the album. Yeah. So they're going to do an album for it to drum up press. Guess who they're trying to get to be the old guy for it?
Ron Jeremy.
Oh, Gilbert Godfrey? Holy shit!
Oh my god!
And they think they can, dude. That's the thing. Is they think they could get him to do this.
So that means we will become one step closer to Gilbert Godfrey, guys.
Well, yeah. I mean, Gilbert Godfrey did act as Hitler one time on Drunk History Versus or something on Netflix.
What I'm trying to say is if Max books him for this, then I have an in if you guys want to try to book him for something else.
Yes, we'll get Gilbert Godfrey on the show. We'll also buy 10 copies of the album for Dion for special reasons. Research.
Yes. Dion will love it. I think there's a lot of there's fireman stripper songs and stuff.
Well, see, Dion already likes musicals.
No,
he's a classy bitch. Goes to Vegas, he and Hillary, they soak in the nightlife, the thunder from down.
That's actually what they're doing on vacation right now.
That's true, Kendo. That's true.
What'd you guys say?
Yeah. I said that's what he's actually doing on vacation. Him and Hillary are going to go see some musicals.
Yeah. No judgment, man. If you want to go see Hamilton 25 times, fuck it. Living around house.
Hey, I watched that.
We should watch Dark Fate, the musical.
Oh my god!
Star in it.
Oh god! I watched Hamilton the first time on New Year's, and I was like, "This is actually really good." Holy shit! I was surprised.
Did Aaron Burr shoot him in it?
Yeah.
Thank God. At least they're
good.
At least they're historically accurate.
No. They're historically accurate to all that stuff. They really are, but they have kind of a rap thing going on within it. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Because unless they're singing and dancing about the Federalist Papers, creating a national bank and currency, and then Aaron Burr shoot him in the fucking head, I don't care.
No, they go through the whole thing about his son getting shot and him getting shot as well. Like they do the whole thing.
I'm reading one of the super chats. You're gonna lose your shit in a second. So first off, from TLJ Screwjob, he says the person formerly known as ruler. I like that one for Burger King. So the person formerly known as ruler, burger ruler. Okay. It's a mouthful, but so is a Whopper. So perfect. There you go. Boom. Branding done. Pass. Ninja Lawyer Steve says, also Mr. Pibb becomes MX Pibb.
Well, they already took the Mr. off of there. He's been Pibb just plain Pibb for a while. Pibb Extra.
Pibb Extra. Extra Pibb.
Now, here's the one that's going to that's my favorite one of the night. The non-gender offensive person, Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would love for them to constantly say his name as fast as they could all the time as they were commenting. It'd be funny as shit.
Hey, since this popped up, Kendo, Nick, do you guys hear about the Big Show going to AEW? Go Big Boy, Go Home was telling me about it.
I did.
Yeah, man, they're AEW is like getting, they're getting some names, getting some people. They're starting to lift up their cred, and I really do hope Vince is shitting
No,
his
they're
pants
not.
because of that. I
Dude,
personally hope
he's
they are. I
not.
personally hope they are.
Dude,
They're
soon
not.
we're going to be on the roster.
Yeah, I was say AEW is essentially cloning WCW of the mid to late 90s. Like they're big stars, as you would say. It's fucking 62-year-old Sting.
Yeah, I remember that.
They're bringing over the Big Show now to supposedly wrestle / be a commentator, and they're also currently trying to build a storyline where Cody Rhodes is supposed to wrestle against Shaq. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, are you shitting
Yes.
me? That's not a joke?
No, that is not a joke because Cody. Okay, so a few months ago, Cody was wrestling, and this girl named Jade Cargill, who's some kind of new person or another, showed up and like after Cody's match was over, tried cutting a promo on him and said she's this, that, and the other thing, and I'll be back, and I'm bringing my helper. I'm bringing Shaq, and it's just like. It can't be that actual fucking Shaq. There's no way. Maybe there's a wrestler named Shaq and it's spelled like Burger Shack or something like that.
No. It's actually Shaka Khan. That's who it is.
I feel
let's
for
go
you.
Shaka. See, now that we do Shaka Khan. So
Yes.
then the build turns into like they get Brandy in a sit-down conversation with the greatest hog watcher in the history of our sport, Tony Schiavone, who comes in. He's like sitting down, and Shaq is on one end and Brandy's on another end. And it's like an interview, and it's just set for Brandy to go from face to heel, throw water on Shaq, and stomp out. So then it was going to be Jade Cargill and Shaq versus Brandy and Cody Rhodes in a mixed tag team match. But then there was a wrench thrown in the works by Cody knocking his wife up. So now she can't wrestle. So now they've got some girl named Red Velvet who's teaming with Cody Rhodes in order for them to fight against Shaq. This is an actual AEW storyline. This is why Vince McMahon is not shitting himself yet. But the thing is, it's not even yet. It's substantially going. AEW started out as a house on fire and it made everything exciting. And then suddenly, he just started adopting some crazy, like, wanting to clone mid to late 90s, early 2000s, or, the last few years of WCW's lifespan and turned it into a wrestling show. It's not working. And now they've signed an agreement with Impact Wrestling, which I don't understand how that's a good fucking idea because Impact is terrible.
Wait, isn't Impact is like kind of far down, aren't they?
They've been kind of far down since they were founded.
We got more cred than they do.
Oh, geez. Oh,
right.
God. Oh,
Ring of Honor is higher credibility than Impact Wrestling. The outlaw mud shows that people go to has more credibility half the time than fucking Impact Wrestling.
Oh, jeez.
So AEW is not anything that anybody should be worried about. It's
yeah. I don't know about these things. You guys send me these articles, and I'm just like, oh, that seems cool. That seems like an interesting idea. I know nothing about this stuff. I really don't.
I'm gonna be a mark for a second. I was happy that the Miz won the title, and I watched Raw, and his promo was awesome. I said it.
If they hadn't been turning him to a fucking comedy job guy for the last 6 months, it would make a little more sense. But he's a joke, and now he's feuding with fucking Bad Bunny.
No, he's feuding with Bobby Lashley now.
Right, but Bad Bunny was his previous feud to him winning the WWE title.
Yeah, you're right. Well, you know what?
And he's just a transitional champion that's going to lose it at Fastlane because they're not going to have the Miz in a title match at the WrestleMania.
I mean, they have once before, but there's no John Cena and The Rock to carry the rest.
Correct.
Now, folks, on screen, there's a man, Mr. Rowan Atkinson. Now, the reason I brought him up, I'm not here to talk about how wonderful Mr. Bean or Blackadder is. This article, it's a few weeks old, but no one's really been talking about it, and I wanted to bring it up here on the show. Mr. Bean actor Rowan Atkinson compares cancel culture to medieval mob looking for someone to burn. So, British actor and comedian Rowan Atkinson. Yeah, he's not wrong.
Max is also writing an anti-cancel culture play.
That dude, sign me up. I want to help. I'll draw the poster.
It's awesome.
So during an extensive interview with the Radio Times, Atkinson, who was best known for his hysterical Mr. Bean character, said cancel culture was eroding freedom of speech and made him fearful for the future. He says, "It's important that we're exposed to a wide spectrum of opinion, but what we have now is the digital equivalent of a medieval mob roaming the streets looking for someone to burn," he said. "So it's scary for anyone who's a victim of that mob, and it fills me with fear about the future." The 66-year-old actor, who is also known for his role in satirical Johnny English films, as well as his long-lasting collaborations with Richard Curtis, blames social media companies and their algorithms for creating binary and toxic environments online. The problem we have online is that it's an algorithm decides that what we see, which ends up creating a simplistic binary view of society, he said. "It becomes a case of either you're with us or against us, and if you're against us, you deserve to be canceled." So what do you guys think about Rowan Atkinson's comments on cancel culture?
I mean, he's completely right. I mean, we've seen it in these last 4 and 5 years of the social media companies leaning a certain way, and then if you lean the other way, they boot you out, or if you use one wrong word here or there, you're banned for 30 days or whatever. Like our buddy Etep, who is probably been in more Facebook jail than anybody I know.
To be fair, he gets himself in that jail relatively easily.
That's true. He does. He does. But goddamn, it's fun to hear about
I'm
it.
fairly certain he goes out there to see how long he can stay free.
That's true, but it's funny to hear about it though. It really is, because it's like he has.
It is. It's hilarious.
They all get banned all at once.
Every time I see him pop up, he's like, "I'm out of Facebook." I'm like, and the clock is ticking.
God,
Now,
it's funny.
Yeah, guys, this super chat rolled in, and I wanted to read it because it's one of the coolest ones I've heard. It's from Donald Kemp, who says, "Hey guys, I just signed up for the comic, but I work on a SpaceX catch boat. We're going underway the next few days and maybe out to sea when it goes live. How long do I have to get the book?"
Yo, what?
That's fucking cool.
Wait, no. So hold on. You're on the actual boat that catches the Falcon 9 rocket when it comes down. That's fucking wild, man.
Yeah, that is so cool. Oh man, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
That's neat. Donald, to answer your question exclusively, there'll be a 2-month campaign to pick it up. So the day one is the only day you can buy the High Council variant, but you'll be able to get stuff the entire campaign. So Donald, thank you very much. But be safe out there, and if you can, shoot us an email. Tell us if there's anything cool that goes on that you're allowed to publicly talk about. Nick's a science nut, so
dude, no, I know, really. Dude. But like when this, what is it? The crew, they did the crew 1 shot or whatever. The crewed Falcon 9 rocket with the Dragon capsule. I was glued to my phone while I was sitting in like a parking lot at Kroger's because I had to go get some shit, and it was like I had to drive and sit there because it was like 5 minutes away, and I was like, holy shit! And I watched the whole thing go up. It was fucking wonderful. Even for the last Mars mission, I watched it go up, and I watched NASA on YouTube as it like they were doing the landing for it. And there was 7 minutes in hell. Like I watched all that shit.
Please tell me on this catch boat there's somebody standing really sized, comically big baseball glove.
That's what Elon Musk invented, just a giant baseball glove to catch it out of the sky. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, they did buy a giant, I think it was like a giant oil tanker that they want to turn into a platform to launch rockets from the equator. Apparently, from doing it that way, you use less fuel and it's easier to get to the atmosphere for some reason. I don't know the math. I'm not that good at that. So yeah, that's just what I've heard.
You're not Dr. Egon Spengler?
No.
I
only fuck with spores, molds, and fungus.
I respect that. So, in a second, we'll talk about something that's kind of disheartening. But while we're on the topic of SpaceX, I wanted to tell everyone, because I've been talking to you guys about it, there's this comic book I discovered called Planetary. It's written by, I think it's Warren Ellis and drawn by John Cassidy, and it's awesome. I just found it because I was reading an article about comic book myths that may or may not be true, and I went through it and I was like, oh, this sounds like a cool series. And so I found it on this website and I read it, and I'm going to pick up one of the books, like one of the anthology collections. It's hard to describe. It's kind of like, there's Quantum Leap, and then there's like Fringe. It's like Warehouse 13 almost in a way too. It's like all of these. It's like a group of people that go around the world and deal with like events. So there's one where they go to this island and they're going to deal with this Japanese cult, but this Japanese cult comes across kaiju bodies, And so,
Oh shit!
yeah, and it's just like in every episode, every issue is like a feature of the week type of story where it's like the story ends. The craziest one, this fucking guy is a cop and he's chasing after a dude, and they run through a crime scene that's being investigated by Planetary, this international Men in Black style organization. And the cop, steps on this alien ship, and he's instantly transported into the ship. And you're like, what the hell happened to this guy? And the whole story talks about how this sentient ship got lost 65 million years ago, and it crash landed on Earth, and he's gonna take over this guy's body to go back home. And just as you're getting ramped up and getting ready to find out about what's gonna happen with the story, it's like it ends, and it's awesome. It doesn't suck because it ends. It just like it shows you that all these epic things are happening in this world, but this company has to keep dealing with them. So I can't recommend it enough. It's fucking cool. It's called Planetary.
I love I love shit like that. That reminds me of X-Files and Fringe. Fringe was a wonderful show because it kept kind of like pushing that envelope to stuff. I mean, once again, it's J.J. Abrams, and he can never end anything to save his life, so that was awkward, but it was still a fun show.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Leonard Nimoy died, right, when that show was still in production, and it kind of screwed it up.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Now, Dion really missed a great week to be here because we talked about what it means to be less white, so he couldn't be here for that. But this next topic is really going to hurt him because we're going to be talking about Blade.
Oh,
so
shit.
There's a new Blade coming out. I'm not that excited, but I'm also not that upset. It's not a film that I think we need because the first Blade is great for what it is.
Oh yeah,
but there's more coming, so there really isn't anything we can do about it. But now there might be something to kind of be concerned about. So let me just pull this image up. This is not from the show or the movie or anything like that. This is a fan edit from Alita Battle Angel. But Blade is going to be PG-13. But Kevin Feige is now on record saying that the only MCU film that's allowed to be R-rated is Deadpool 3, but Blade has to be PG-13.
What?
And people are kind of pissed off right now because Blade is a down and dirty, violent vampire.
Yeah, you have to fucking pierce their hearts and cut their heads off for them to turn to fire and become nothing. That's not something you can just fucking do with that you can do PG-13 on. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's off-brand. Marvel, I get what the MCU has done a very good job at bringing the Marvel heroes to life, but they have to understand, like DC actually does a decent job, or had done a decent job with this. When you adapt a certain character, now there's imprints, over at DC, like Vertigo. I think Constantine's a Vertigo imprint, and Watchmen might have been the very first one. So you have these more mature stories. So you make the films R-rated, you make the shows TVMA. You still have your Justice League cartoons and your Batman movies and all your shit at the theme parks. Like you still have your across the brand identity as the DC heroes, but some DC heroes are not for kids. Some DC heroes are. Marvel makes the mistake of trying to make everything for everybody. Not even if you are age appropriate, you're not going to like everything in the MCU. I don't like every character. I didn't buy every movie ticket just because I love everything. They hooked me because I was in on the Thanos story. And so now when we have the big event over and there's nothing unifying these worlds anymore, and you're thinking, what's the reason to watch the show? Well, the reason is to get these new characters, these new introductions, these reintroductions and reinterpretations, of the characters. And so Blade is going to be new for a whole new generation. And this is that chance to make him cool. Blade doesn't need to represent any portion of culture or society. This isn't a Black Panther. They're not going to be able to aggrandize this character. He's just a daywalker. He means a lot to everybody. And making him like the Punisher. The Punisher is not for kids. The Punisher should not be anything but TVMA or R. Same with Blade. You have other role models and other heroes for kids. Spider-Man, Superman, Black Panther, all that shit. You don't need Blade or shit pancake to get off. Or you need Blade to be sacrificed. What do you guys think about PG-13?
Well, I mean, they're obviously going to make all the vampires white, and they're going to leave him black, and that's how it's going to be. And they're just going to have this weird thing happen where there's no black vampires, there's no other vampires. It's just Blade and the white vampires. That's all it's going to be.
Now, to be fair, weren't all the vampires in the first Blade movie white? Wasn't Blade the only black dude in that whole movie?
Well, not the only black dude. There was a guy he meets to change watches and get his serum and stuff. I think that's it. I could be wrong. It's been a while.
Well, Whistler was white.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I need to watch. The
No. The girl in the hospital he saved, she was black. His
but I mean,
was black.
Yeah, but those aren't like Blade. That's it. It's Blade, the women, and that's it. Everyone else is white in those movies, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried.
Yeah, but I mean, like, okay, they did that whole like white vampire thing against black people with like, what is it, like the Bronx movie, like Vampires in the Bronx, whatever, on Netflix, which was just kind of like, it was clearly about gentrification and like people taking over, these parts of these cities and things like that, and making them like upscale or whatever.
You mean it's American Attack the Block?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's fucking weird, but I don't know, man. Like, I watched the first Blade recently, and I was like, this is really good. And I was like, you can't do like the bloodbath scene and make it look cool with it being PG-13. That's not gonna happen. They had Tracy Lords in the fucking first movie in the first 15 minutes. How do you do that? You can't do that with it being fucking PG-13.
Yeah, and point is, like, this is, like Doug Keller says, PG-13 Blade, written and directed by Ryan Johnson. Well, Doug, thank you very much for your super chat. But that's kind of what I feel like. Like, we've been subverted. This is one of those, like, come on, give us this, guys. We're not asking for something out of the wheelhouse. The Blade movies, if anything, Marvel, know your history. If it wasn't for the Blade movie, you wouldn't be doing the MCU the way you are. And you can look at it like this. We talk about dominoes falling and it's a bad thing. Sometimes the dominoes are a good thing when they fall. Blade is that first success on the big screen. R-rated, should be touted as one of the greatest of all time. In terms of what it is, it's a kick-ass 90s action film that really helped make comic book movies a thing, because people didn't realize it was a comic book movie. It shows you that its identity of a comic book doesn't need to be its only identity. It can have its own life and its own, a history along with Blade. And Blade's so much more than just the comic. It might be interesting to see how Blade Mahershala Ali. It'll be interesting how he's received, because Wesley Snipes has been the only representation of Blade on the big screen. We had the TV show, but even then, Wesley Snipes' Blade has been around for so long that I bet you some of the tropes that people know from the character or associate with the character come from the movie as opposed to the comic. So, are they going to be basically trying to remake the first Blade because that's what everybody knows and loves? Or are they going to take a different approach and then alienate the audience because there's only really one Blade?
I think, well, this is Disney. I think they're going to try to remake the first Blade and make it seem like it's theirs, like they did with fucking Star Wars, because that's kind of their MO. And them doing PG-13 is just like, well, I mean, like, do you think they would put like PG-13 into the theaters and then make an unrated version for themselves on their own platform? Do you think that would be a thing?
No.
Yeah, okay. Not with Marvel. DC does it, but
okay, yeah. So then that we're not even gonna get like an unrated DVD or Blu-ray then out of that. So it's not gonna. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I want I'm a fucking grown up. I want my goddamn violent fucking comic book movies. Like, give me those shit. I'm fine with Marvel and their 10 years of this stuff. That's fine. And we went through the Thanos story, but like, Endgame happened. I blew my load, man. Let's move on now. Like, like, we're all fucking adults here. Let's see some violence, some blood, somebody get their shit pushed in. Like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah. 007 Cloud, thank you. He says there was a black security guard that he kills while the dude is pleading for his life. Saying he only works for them. Thank you. Dude, it's been not. I watched Blade within the last year, but I clearly don't remember that. And then Adam Wofford, thank you very much. He says no, there was a black vampire. Blade fought a little black girl, and the security team.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, the Japanese ones too. Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, it's been once again. I watched it recently, but not that recently, so I have to remember.
I missed the mark by a country mile.
Yeah, but like once again, like, I mean, that it's still a damn good movie. I still think 2's better, but that's just my opinion. But man, I fucking love those movies though. They're so much
Harry
fun.
Shearer is the voice of Blade. I'll back that one.
Harry Shearer.
Sold.
Felicity Poubelle makes an excellent point. She says they can't compromise on a movie rating, but they can compromise on the moral code of a company by shooting near re-education camps.
Oh, shots fired.
And thank that province of China as well.
Yeah, that's once again that's entirely the problem. Like they won't make a movie R, but they'll fucking shoot there and airbrush out a black character because they're going to another country. So
Aren't you glad they believe something all the time?
Correct.
Shit. They do. It's called money, and that's what they believe in all the time, even though they don't know. They seem to not know how to make it.
Now, I just hope that Blade. Okay, so part of me really wants this to fail miserably, so they go, what's Wesley Snipes doing? Nothing. Let's just get him to come back. Okay, good. It's done, fixed, broken, like that. Like, no, I know it's the kid in me that's going, come on, but why can't Wesley Snipes still be Blade? He still
No,
looks the part.
100%.
Like,
No,
there's
100%.
reason.
I don't understand that either. I do not understand that either. Why can't they bring him back? Kind of like it's the whole Spider-Man thing. Why can't they bring back the fucking dude we love so much and have him be Spider-Man again? No, we got to have fucking Tom Holland, this little prick, to be Spider-Man in high school who can't find his elbow from his asshole. Like, or sorry, he's fucking Iron Man Jr. Sorry. Why can't we bring these people back? I don't know what the problem is. Like, they're not too old or anything, that they can still do stuff. I don't see what the problem is.
And why couldn't you just have Blade be part of the MCU? I mean, what in that movie contradicts what comes before? It takes place in 97, 98?
Yeah.
In New York City. There's some underground vampire activity. You never need to mention it again because it's secretive. Blade was the little slice of life. This isn't like Spider-Man fighting on the Brooklyn Bridge, or the George Washington Bridge. This isn't the X-Men, going to Alkali Lake was kind of secret, but this isn't the X-Men going to Liberty Island and causing a sting. This is one dude in New York fighting a couple vampires at night and, getting away scot-free.
Blade and the X-Men, that'd be a fucking movie.
Dude, if it would have been Wesley Snipes Blade versus with the X-Men from around 03, like right as Blade.
Ooh.
So Blade Trinity is 04 and X-Men 2 is 02 or 03, excuse me. So like in that window, they film a crossover moment. I don't know what movie it's for, but there'd be so much black leather on screen, like you might be like, a night light to see your way through the picture.
Yeah, everybody in Germany would be like, "Oh, we love this movie."
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll listen to their Scooter albums while they do. Stan Bundy, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, I want to see a Jefferson Twilight Blackula Hunter movie.
Oh my god.
Well, it's like DC is giving us the Twilight Vampires Batman, and then Marvel wants to give us Twilight Vampires and Blade. So what it is, folks, is they want to get the female audience to see vampire movies. Guys can't see vampire movies anymore because they can't be cool.
No. They have to be neutered like fucking PG-13 and shit. So they can't be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'd really love out of a Blade film? And I'm being serious, this isn't a joke. I'd like to watch a Blade movie that feels like a really fucked up dream. Like, you ever have a dream where the night just feels like it goes on forever? Like, I want a Blade movie that has like a horrific element where he's not scary, but the world and whatever the situation, it's just like one long night that Blade goes through. I'd like to see a movie.
Ooh,
like
that'd be fun
Blade
as shit, dude. That'd be fucking awesome. Like they give him some substance or whatever, or maybe he can't get his serum and he's out too long and he's like away from it for some reason and can't get to it or whatever, and he has to like fend for himself.
Dude, treat it like Crank meets Blade.
Oh, dude. Oh my god.
There you go. That'd be a hell of a
Holy
type of
shit.
movie.
I just
Crank meets Blade. Fuck.
Dude, within 5 minutes I came up with that concept. Actually, a couple of seconds.
That would be that'd be goddamn wild. I'm down for that shit. Crank meets Blade.
Yeah, I just want to see like a hyperkinetic, action-packed movie, and you can have it creepy and dark.
Or better yet, the guy who, I guess the people who did like the Carl Urban Dread, have them do Blade.
Yeah,
there you go. They like, that movie was fucking violent and bloody and shit. Have them do Blade.
Bring back Lena Headey too. She could be the villain.
Yeah, man, fuck it. Let's do it. She's still sexy. Good. She still got it.
Yeah. She really had a resurgence because of that, right? Wasn't she? I think I read an article where it said she was pretty broke right before Game of Thrones, and then she had Game of Thrones, and then wasn't she in the Purge? Wasn't she the mom in the Purge? Like, she had a couple really good years, and then Game of Thrones, and now she's kind of like back on the horse in terms of everything. Either way, good for her. I wish her the best. She's a solid actress.
No, she is. Much respect for her.
Now, We had a listener, Nomad Lord of Fear, who asked us about the Transformers and G.I. Joe. It was a message over on Patreon, guys. And he's like, do you guys have any love for those shows? And I answered, I'll have you guys answer here. I just said, we're all a little too young to have watched those shows regularly, but we're all cool with them. We've all seen the movies, no matter how good or bad they are. So, Nick, what are your thoughts? G.I. Joe and Transformers from the 80s, the cartoons. Do you like them?
Well, yeah. I know, once again, I never watched them. I was too young for that stuff. But I mean, like, I never hated them. They're fine. You know, they're good. They're fun. Yeah.
Kendo, same question to you, sir.
Never really watched Transformers. Would occasionally watch G.I. Joe, but I wasn't really big into it. My main complaint was that they shoot laser beams and not bullets. I didn't think that I couldn't understand that because you're at the same time while I would be watching G.I. Joe cartoons for a 5-year-old, I had already watched Platoon and Full Metal Jacket as a 4 or 5-year-old. So something didn't connect. And I'm just like, I don't get it.
Now, this was the perfect week that he had sent that question because there's actually an announcement. So there's a G.I. Joe Lady J live action show in development at Amazon.
Oh boy.
Wasn't she in the second G.I. Joe movie?
I think so.
Yeah.
No, it says she was in the first one. Yeah, 2009.
Okay.
She was in both of them.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
yeah, Adrian Palicki. I think that's who's playing her. So it's kind of a weird thing. G.I. Joe is one of those franchises. And I also read an article this week building up He-Man and Masters of the Universe because they're having this big relaunch in 2021. They call Kevin Smith a legendary filmmaker in his visionary approach to He-Man.
Oh,
And
go
I'm just
fuck
like,
yourself,
oh,
man.
boy.
Jesus. That man doesn't need any more blowjobs. Calm down.
Yeah.
Maybe if he got more, he wouldn't have made Tusk.
There you go. There you go.
Well, he's also working on his fucking Moose Jaws movie if that ever comes out. Jeez.
It's called Moose Knuckle, I believe.
I think it's called me. I think you're right.
Is it starring Nia Jax?
Yeah, with her hole.
My hole. By the way, folks, the My Hole game lasts forever, so you don't have to stop.
No.
But would you guys ever watch this show? I feel like this is such an odd thing to try to adapt. This goes to show you just how a brand name IP will get top priority over good storytelling. Now, that's not to say it's going to be shitty because it's G.I. Joe, and just because the movies are garbage doesn't mean everything related to G.I. Joe will suck. But when I think G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. Are we really able to put out a show with the spirit of that franchise? Are they? Probably not. They're going to try to use it to subvert our expectations and teach us a lesson. It's G.I. Joe.
Yeah, if there's a lesson every week and it's really heavy-handed, I'm just be like, fuck this. I don't care if she's female or whatever. It's like I just don't care for this. But I mean, it's interesting. Like I'm not a huge G.I. Joe fan. But I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot, seeing how it is, because I know people are really giving what is it? Fucking the Queen Latifah TV show shit right now. The hell, whatever the hell she's doing.
Equalizer.
Yeah, the Equalizer. Jesus, yeah. She like people are like, I don't know about that. Like, because I mean, like they put a lot of commercials there during the Super Bowl, but I'm really cared for it. So
Jesse and I were gonna watch that. We were like, oh, we'll finally. Because I always joke around and say I've always lived on the East Coast for the Super Bowl. I've never been up late enough to watch one of those shows that they say live after the Super Bowl for. Never. So it's like, this year I'm going to finally do that. And our alternative was the Equalizer from Queen Latifah. And I said, no, I'm going to go to sleep. That show looks dumb. Like,
well, see, it's one of those things where it's like she's older, and I don't feel that she could really do those things. That's my whole thing. That's my personal take on it. If it was like a younger female that looked like she was physically able to do these things, I personally have no problem with it. That's just my take. But the fact that it's Queen Latifah and she's like, 50, it's like, I don't know. You can't do a double backflip and then shoot two bad guys. Like, I don't believe that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Look, there's a limit. Even in the biggest, craziest action movies of yesteryear, there's a limit. John McClane didn't walk over that glass and just laugh it off. You got to have these characters have look, I know it's a TV show. Not every week are you going to show Crockett and Tubbs have a down and out moment, but you should try to write them in as much as possible to show these people as human, because we'll get behind the ones that do these fantastical things if they're believable in terms of who they are as people. That's why Superman still works. I know Superman seems out of touch and Martha and all that bullshit, but Clark Kent is still relatable. We can understand. Plus, there's the power fantasy element. Mm-hmm. He's still a decently relevant character because you can relate to him. When you look at something like a Queen Latifah or any character, it's not even just Queen Latifah on The Equalizer, but anytime you have an action character that has no repercussions to their fantastical moments, you just kind of go, oh, okay, well, they're going to get out of this problem and that problem. It's like, look, even John Wick had to cut his own finger off and deal with shit, so the guy's not invincible.
Yeah, I mean, he got stabbed in the first movie so he could get the knife away from the guy. Like, he's like, he's been through some shit.
Ninja Lawyer Steve says, I'd make vampires cool. Too bad my idea of vampires being stalked and killed by Bigfoot was too stupid to get picked
up. We could do that because that sounds awesome.
That sounds awesome. The world needs some crazy shit right now. Okay, it really does.
Ninja Lawyer Steve, that'd be a funny backup story for a future book. Let us know if you'd be interested. We can make that happen. Safety Corbano says, I accept a live-action G.I. Joe show if they include live-action PSA parody dubs. Gotta have my pork chop sandwiches!
Well, no. The thing is that if they do those, they'll be real PSA. They'll be real PSA things, and it'll be really fucking boring and heavy-handed. That's gonna be the problem. So, yeah.
I kind of want every G.I. Joe episode to end and talk to me why I have male privilege and this and that, and why I should sit with my legs closed on a bus, and why I should be quiet and all this other stuff. That's how I want my entertainment to treat me. Like an asshole that I really am. Just the worst.
Oh, that makes me want to eat a bullet so bad. Oh, jeez.
I'm sure they're tasty.
Yeah, especially when they're inserted manually.
Or rectally.
Yeah.
Just fucking world we live in.
I know.
Just hearing shit like that makes me want to play Russian roulette with all 6 barrels full.
Yeah, I saw The Deer Hunter. We need a pork chop sandwiches button on this channel. I'm gonna make it happen. I mean, I'm the only one that can make it happen, so shut up and do it. All right. So I thought this was a fun little story. Last week we spent a good amount of time talking about the new Mortal Kombat trailer because we were all time talking about it. Press one of the buttons. It was fun. It was a great time. And it seems like people in the real world are excited for Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat trailer beats Logan and Deadpool 2 in views. The recently released first trailer for the upcoming Mortal Kombat movie has beaten records for views, surpassing the likes of Deadpool and Logan. So the TLDR version.
Yeah, I want the details on how it beat views. Was it like in one demographic, in one city, in one town in America, like it beat the views? Is that how we're fucking doing this?
Well, no. Here we go. It says, the Mortal Kombat video game franchise has remained successful decades after its release, past film adaptation, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the upcoming arrival of the latest attempt is an adaptation that is highly anticipated. This was recently proven by a record-breaking achievement for the film. The Red Band trailer has become the most viewed trailer of all time. The trailer even surpasses blockbusters like Deadpool and Logan for views. The new film is set to release April 16th.
Yeah, go back to the previous picture.
Oh, Raiden?
Yeah, why does it look like he's wearing a soup bowl on his head?
Because he is.
Yeah, wasn't he supposed to be just like wearing like a hat, like one of those straw hats?
Straw hat.
Yeah. Instead, he's got this fucking decorative serving dish.
I don't know. Maybe he likes ramen. I don't fucking know.
It's a bamboo hat. It's called. Well, there's a different one. There's a thing called a Sunny Hill handmade Japanese samurai hat. Then there's a Kavu Chibilla hat. So yeah, Raiden has a unique. I didn't think Raiden was also Asian. I thought he was like a weird god character and not an Asian dude. I could be completely wrong, but based off every Mortal Kombat game I played,
because when you watched the movie, it was Christopher Lambert.
It's true.
It's true.
And he's most definitely not Asian.
But I mean, I'm looking at the picture of Raiden from the first game. I could be completely wrong, and I want to be wrong. I don't care. I just never took anything outside of like just a guy. Like he kind of looked like a white dude to me. I could be crazy.
Yeah, he did. Even in the video game, he looked like a white dude. But you know,
yeah. Here's a picture of his ass. Well, his face, not his ass, but he just kind of looks like a white guy.
Well, they kind of put that little purple masky thingy on there. I guess it's maybe to try to make him not look white. I don't know. I always thought he was supposed to be Asian just because, with the hat.
Fair. Like I said, I have no problems being wrong. I'm just going based off of
Kendo, how dare you assume his nationality?
What realm is he fucking from? That's what I need to know.
Where do they wear those outside of Asia?
It's still not cool, bro. Not cool.
Yes, he was in Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, he was Little China.
Yeah. So we have a couple more messages. First off, we have Red Ray Guns. Zontar says Ferrari is returning to Le Mans in 2023. The 8th team to join the hyperclass car, with Ford, Chevy, BMW, and McLaren considering joining as well. Now, Zontar, it doesn't seem like I may have any interest in that kind of racing, but I do. So was my mom's boyfriend, so I actually understand what you're talking about. That was that was something she wanted to do. They've been dating for a long time. They wanted to go to a big race, but he wanted to go to Monte Carlo for like 3 days, and she's like, why wouldn't you go for a week? So they never went. But yeah, she still calls me, Jesse, when like shit happens in the racing world. She'll get excited about it and tell me, it's like, this person won. I'm like, who is this person? She goes, oh, I'm there. But I'm sure I'll hear about that from my mom, Zontar. TLJ Screwjob says Jeff's favorite superhero movie is Spider-Person 2. Yes, 2.1. Doug Keller has a great.
No, we don't use spider too specific. We say arachnid. Okay, arachnid person 2.
Arachnid humanoid.
Arachnid humanoid. There we go.
Arachnoid American.
Arachnoid carbon-based life form American. That's what we do.
I feel like we need to have a show dedicated to arachnoid American rights. I just feel like it's my civic duty. TLJ Screwjob, thank you. Doug Keller says, I drunk commentary for The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, geez.
Would we make that's like a 3.5 hour movie, right?
Yeah, that's an odd. I think that's why I picked it, because it's a long runtime, and it isn't something ridiculous like we've watched before that we don't like. So
I was gonna say that doesn't strike me as something you'd want a drunk commentary about, though.
Yeah, that's an odd one. That's an odd one, but not a bad one for sure. Just an odd one.
Well, Doug, you're a patron, man. You just make your official request, and we will make it happen. Also, I was toying around with the idea. The guys heard this off air, but we're trying to come up with a drunk commentary for Godzilla and King Kong. So like a double or triple feature. We'd watch like the original Godzilla versus Kong, maybe throw in 2 other films and maybe make a Godzilla or something. Who knows? But if you guys are interested in that, just keep up to date with all of the stuff we talk about.
We could watch the really bad one from the 90s.
I would actually really love to watch that.
Yeah, me too.
We'll get Tom from Midnight's Edge, and we'll get
oh my God.
We'll just get really shit-faced, and we'll watch Godzilla 98. It's a lot of fish.
Oh my God. That fucking movie.
It's something.
Yeah.
Jamie Dorr, thank you very much. He says, what is the world coming to? This world is in the shitter.
Yeah.
Michael Krause, thank you very much. Michael says, the Muppets is now Furryland.
Oh, no. Don't you dare put that hoodoo on.
No, don't fucking do that.
Now, for anyone out there that likes that idea, maybe you should check out a Peter Jackson film called Meet the Feebles. It's about puppets who bang. Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, King Kong, respectable or okay movies. Yeah, Meet the Feebles, folks. Check it out.
That man needs to get back to some ridiculously fun horror movies, okay? He needs to get back to that shit. Not do these fucking 9-hour epics about walking with jewelry, okay?
I want The Frighteners too.
Yes, that's what I want. I would love to see that movie. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. Chime247, thank you very much, says, I loved Gonzo. Not as much as he loved his chickens, though. Shocked face. Yeah, that was always kind of gross that, Gonzo had some foul love.
Well, I mean, he loved eggs, bro. Well, that's where they come from.
Maybe that's where they got the idea for that chicken lover episode of South Park.
Maybe.
You guys ever seen the movie Bowfinger?
Yeah, when it first came out.
Yeah, when it first came out. It's been forever ago. Yeah,
It just reminds me of that scene where Eddie Murphy's like, alien love. It's all this shit is. Ugh. It's Muppet love. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, the past shouldn't need a warning label, says Master Clockwork. I agree. The past shouldn't need a warning label.
Yeah.
It's how it was. Deal with it. SH Rebels 08 says he gives a cup of coffee super chat emoji. Thank you very much, SH Rebels.
Coffee.
In the big time. What is his greatest match, Kendo? Macho Man Randy Savage, for those who didn't hear.
His greatest match? Oh, man. WrestleMania 3 is up there with Steamboat.
Yep.
I mean, one of my favorite Randy Savage moments is when he blasts fucking Ultimate Warrior in the head with that scepter at WrestleMania 7 to help him, to cause him to lose to Sergeant Slaughter, the Iraqi sympathizer. But that's only because you could see him fucking hauling up and swinging for the fences. That thing fucking exploded. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to go with that. I'm going to say Savage's greatest match was probably against Steamboat.
It's a good one. Because WrestleMania 4 is a fun story, but not his greatest match. I mean, I love Ted DiBiase, but when you introduce Hogan and Andre at the end of that, it becomes about them, takes away from the real wrestlers in the match, and, kind of colors my perception of the whole ending.
That's right. It was Royal Rumble 91. My bad. Either way, it's great.
Joseph Yanowitz, thank you very much for letting us know your Patreon name. We did read that one. AJ Journeyman says, Jeff, do your scary voice from the High Council.
I guess I could, but there's no Dion to make uncomfortable.
See, there you go. I did it. They don't like it. Like how
I just imagine somebody listening to this like in their car or like at work, just all of a sudden be like, ugh.
Yeah. And he's not listening to freak him out either, because if so, he would have been blowing the chat up and our phones. But at this point, by all the shade we've been slinging at him about the fact that he's going to see musicals in Florida right now, and he's going to go to Disneyland and wear Mickey Mouse ears, and he's going to be running around and screaming and yelling and watching musicals and Dark Fate.
Musicals
And
and
he's-
Dark Fate, the Dion Green story.
That's right. He's afraid of horses. He's afraid of mannequins. Loves Dark Fate. It's the test. We'll see if he's listening.
I just enjoy that people have sent him copies of Dark Fate. It just makes me happy. So it makes me more worried about Dion.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
And he'll
Adam
keep
Walker?
them too. Because
No, of
he
course.
cannot. Because he's going to want to throw them away, but it's a Terminator property. It's a DVD. It's a Blu-ray. He physically will not be able to throw it away.
Folks, if you want to be funnier, you should send Dion shitty DVDs of Dark Fate, because it's a shitty format for a shitty movie. And what's he going to do with a DVD? You're going to force him to watch it. It's like, how does that girl beat Rumpelstiltskin? She makes him say his own name or some shit like that, even though the deal was legit. Like, that's how you beat Dion. You make him watch Dark Fate on shitty DVDs. Like, he'll have the ethical dilemma. Do I return it? I got to watch it. It's not that good. He'll get stuck. He'll just get stuck.
You know what?
there,
It's really shitty because you're telling everybody like how to really get to him, and you're his best friend. I'm just like, damn, man, that's fucking cold.
Yes, DVDs of Dark Fate, folks. That's how you get Dion. You get him confused. He's like, why? Why is this only 480p resolution? Why am I watching this? Why can't I stop watching it? And that's the end. Adam Wofford, thank you very much. He says, so Chun-Li isn't in a Mortal Kombat. She will be starring for the first time ever. She will be in the new Street Fighter. She will also be in 3X Fighter.
Jeez.
Chun-Li in Mortal Kombat, Adam Wofford, was my favorite faux pas, fake geek moment, probably of the last 5 years. Because it's so
Stupid.
like, there's so much enthusiasm in the article. It's like, hey guys, why isn't this and this? Don't you love it? It's so great. Why isn't the best part there? And like, you can just feel the excitement in the voice. And I'm like, all right, stupid person, I'm with you on this journey, but you are just too stupid for me.
I wonder,
to do
and
anything else.
when they were writing that article, they were sitting there just fucking smiling from ear to ear, fucking sucking themselves off if they were a guy or a girl. It doesn't matter at this point. And they were like, I'm about to checkmate the shit out of these people with this article. God, I am so fucking proud of myself. And then they sent that thing in. And they were just walking around on cloud nine like, I fucking own those people. Only to find out you done fucked up, Ron.
Yup. Go see Prince Willow.
I wonder how many tweets that person got about like how dumb they were in the article.
They probably changed their Twitter. They're like, I can't face the heat.
Well,
You know
then
what
they
they
should have
should have
stayed out of the fucking kitchen then, man.
Yeah. Dude, they should have embraced it. They should have changed their icon to Chun-Li and just ran with it. Like, look, people make fucking mistakes. Everyone's human. It's not really a big deal. The situation of the story that's so funny is the fact that you're just so wrong and it's so obvious. It's not that you're dumb. It's just the situation's funny. But these people want to turn it into, oh, how am I the victim of this story? How can I benefit from it? It's like, look, own it and run with it. Be the person that put Chun-Li in fucking Mortal Kombat. Hell, maybe people will start cosplaying as Chun-Li for Mortal Kombat. Make it a meme, immortalize yourself.
It's not just that. It's a fact that there's supposed to be a writer for this supposed blog company, and they should do their damn research, and just a little, like a Google search, man. Not even anything heavy. Like a 30-second Google search will tell you exactly where she's from. It's not difficult. But the fact that they couldn't even do that. And then everyone's like, oh, it's a joke article. It's this and that. It's like, no, I don't think so. I think somebody's this dumb and this retarded, and they literally just hired this person off of like diversity, and this happened, and then she got a lot of flack for it, and then they had to make a little fucking retraction at the bottom, being like, oh, Chun-Li is for from Street Fighter, not Mortal Kombat. And the fact that they kept the article up there is just even more retarded. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're just taking down the whole thing.
Dude, if I'm Mortal Kombat, I'm trying to get on the phone with the people from Street Fighter. Be like, look. It'll be a deleted scene, but we'll put it on the Blu-ray. We just have a surprise Chun-Li run in during like the heated final battle or something like that. Yeah, kind of like that.
Thank you, Kendo.
Oh my god.
Let's see what some of the listeners are saying. We want to get caught up on some of these. Chime247 says, I'm still pissed that George changed Revenge of the Jedi to Return. Now, Chime247, based on the book and the history, he wanted to Return. Other people wanted Revenge. He came back and changed it the final time. So it was one of those, from what I can surmise from this book, it was always meant to be Return of the Jedi, but then Revenge sounded cooler, but then they switched it back. And I like the idea behind it. Jedis don't seek revenge. It's a very badass way. Like, look, I'm going to end the Empire, but I'm not going to seek revenge. I'm just going to do it the right way and redeem my father. And so I think Lucas made more right decisions back then than he made wrong. And Return of the Jedi is full of right decisions. It's also full of wrong decisions. And I won't act like it's the worst Star Wars film. I also won't act like it's the best. It's the third best. But it's a damn good movie. And it's a product of the situation that it was created in. And what I mean by that is it was intentional to rush that movie. Lucas wanted to get away from Star Wars. He had his personal life he was trying to salvage. Empire Strikes Back was a nightmare. Like, all these things, like Star Wars was a fucking weight around this dude's neck. And Return of the Jedi was intentionally easy. It was a smooth process by comparison. And that's why that movie has similarities in this and that and the other. It was intentional. They just wanted to finish it and get done with it as quick as possible. 9 movies seemed excessive, 12 movies seemed excessive, but 3, they were at the finish line. And then, you have that flip where Return of the Jedi ends, they try to do a couple Ewok things, but Star Wars kind of goes away for a little bit. So.
Oh, those fucking Ewok movies. Goddamn.
Caravan of Courage.
Oh man, my brother loved one of them. I think there were 2 of them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I forget which one he liked a lot, but he would always rent that shit all the time. My mom would always let him rent it. I'm just like, this is retarded. Why are you watching this?
Yeah, I like the one that had the dinks in it.
Yeah. When did I get to Disneyland? So our friend Mr. V says normies now. F Disney, Phantom Menace. First time? I have a buddy. I won't say his name, but because he listens. But he posted something similar to his Facebook, and then other people were like, "What happened?" And then so I'm basically reading him complain about Kathleen Kennedy and the shit that went down with Gina Carano, and then normal people reading about it and commenting and kind of learning about the story. So, yes, we know, but it's starting to trickle down. So it's interesting.
Yeah, man. The fact that the normies are learning about it, I think, is really
trickle
good.
down Phantom Menace.
That's a shirt.
Oh my god!
It's like our own. It's Jeff-onomics.
Yeah, trickle down Phantom Menace. Write that down, Kendo. Write that
Got
down.
it.
That's a great idea. Nelson the gentleman, we don't really talk politics, so sorry, man. If you want to send a regular message, I'd love to read that. But we're a pop culture show, and we'll talk about that kind of stuff when it intertwines with stuff like Daisy Ridley and our little verbal game of tennis with Ted Cruz. But that's about it, unless it has something to do with entertainment or a celebrity doing something politically charged and it's stupid. It really doesn't have a place here. But Nelson, thank you very much, and you're a gentleman, so please send another message. We'd love to talk.
Yeah, Reagan by a landslide.
Reagan by a landslide. Praying to God. Super Mastermind says, ever hear about how Tarzan's son tried to kill him and got himself killed instead? I have not. So if you're talking about Johnny Weissmuller, the actor, that could be an interesting read. But that's the only actor I know that played Tarzan. So let me look that up real quick. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Son.
All right. So, like, I've never watched a Tarzan movie, but I know he's like, I did see George of the Jungle, and I thought it was really stupid.
Oh, that hurts. And I found the answer, and it's going to hurt you guys.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Well, it wasn't, the Johnny Weissmuller thing, but Cameron Eli was shot 22 times on the grounds of the family home and died on the scene with gunshot wounds to his torso, neck, back, buttocks, and arms. So son of Tarzan actor was killed by Santa Barbara sheriffs in justifiable. He was shot 22 times because they thought he was going to kill him after he stabbed his mom to death. So wow, that's a really dark fucking story.
Woo. Yeah, that's one of those Hollywood horror stories we always read during the October season.
Yeah, Ron Eli was the Tarzan actor. That's dark.
That is really dark.
22.
Wow, that was I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Thanks, Super Mastermind. We love to you know what? I need a beer after that one.
Yeah. Way to really help juice the show there. Damn.
Yeah, well, the juice is loose.
Oh, shit, that's true, but he never shot him 22 times.
You need to show that picture, Jeff.
Oh God, yeah. Let me pull that up real quick.
Oh my God. That as soon as Kendo showed me that, I was like, this looks fucking awesome.
So let's see, where is that at? Let me get to the official WCBS one. Because folks, we had a wonderful Photoshop manipulation sent to us, and we got to share it right now.
Yeah, because we made the joke about like making a show with the four of us and OJ Simpson in a house.
Yeah, you guys are. We're at the point now where it's like, hey, we don't even have to say, could you send us something? It's just like, oh shit, this popped up in the email. So give me a second to find it because it's wonderful. But
it was done so well. I was so pleased with it, man. It looked wonderful. I was like, damn, dude, they fucking got us. They understood what we were doing. It was great.
By the way, whoever posted "Sexy George Lucas," that's gross. I can't stop thinking about it because it's so weird.
Stupid sexy Lucas.
Yeah. I'm trying to find this meme. Here it is. I found it. It was worth the wait. This was well done. Holy shit. So let's see. Open image and new tab. We'll put this on the screen while we're reading some super chats. There's our show with OJ. Also, season 1 through 4 available on DVD and iTunes. We're really ahead of that curve.
They didn't delete it.
No.
I love it.
They've got so much faith in us. They think we're going to get through 4 seasons with the show.
Yeah. I'm just
the last episode is him just trying to kill us all. That's all it is.
Except me.
It's a good last season.
Yeah. He kills you last.
We have a crossover with Al Bundy. He saved us. I mean, Polk High was never the same after he left. So
that's right. He scored 4 touchdowns in the city championship.
By the way, folks, we have 770 likes, so 230 more, and that means another Good Morning Pop Culture will be added to the list. Even if you don't enjoy the show or have never heard the show, somebody else does, so do them a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Thank you in advance. Now, Felicity Poobell, thank you very much. She says, just like in the sequel trilogy, Daisy still can't keep her mouth shut. She has done nothing interesting since The Rise of Skywalker, but articles about her keep coming out. It's almost like it's manufactured, Felicity. Like somebody thinks she should be relevant. I'm always reminded when I hear of an actor, like, look, it's not about voicing an opinion. It's like trying to like have a zinger and it fails. It reminds me of that line from The World Is Not Enough when it goes, "You're cleverer than you look." Well, better looking clever than you are, and that's what Daisy Ridley was to me. She looked cleverer than she really is.
Well, she's supposed to be in that wonderful movie called Chaos Walking or whatever that was supposed to come out this year or whatever, but it's been like shitty production and they're just trying to. It's basically like a YA novel turned into a movie, like they always do, and trying to make it into like a thing.
The Tom Holland movie?
I don't know if that's it or not.
I thought Tom Holland was the other.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, that is it. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. It's been riddled with fucking reshoots and everything like that. They're trying to make it and pull it out, but it's not going to happen. Then there's that wonderful one that we found a while back called Scrawl. That was her first, I think one of her first movies she ever did. It's on Tubi, and it's like a fucking independent horror movie that she was.
I just like her as a cadaver because she didn't have a speaking role.
Correct.
Yep.
So Joseph Bianowitz says,
It rubs the lotion.
there you go.
Oh god, I really do hope Dion would listen to this afterwards. It's just like, goddamn.
We should be like, Dion, there's homework. You have to listen to this week's show since you're away. And then what I'll do is I'll say, Dion, make sure you listen to the version on Podbean because I cut out some of the, the filler. And he'll go, all right, man, thanks for the heads up. And it'll be 20 minutes of me going,
Hello, Dion. You thought you could avoid me, but I'm your friend. I'm your only friend, and I'm going to take you away from everything.
see, I could do that too.
Oh my god.
And I will because he's my friend. That's how I operate with friends.
See, here's what we need. We need him with headphones, just like taped to his head, while he's walking through his house full of mannequins.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, this is next level psychological torture. I don't think he's going to make it to Rush Hour 3. But
just break it. He's like, fuck you guys, I'm done.
This is how we treat our friends.
yeah.
Oh god, I was semi-serious about that hotel idea where we just like I don't know, get a hotel, just like leave him there, and there's just like mannequins as he gets like the elevators don't work. He has to take the stairs, mannequins down there, there's mannequins in the lobby and shit like that. Like he has to really like fucking go through it.
Well,
Hotel Dion. You can check in, but he can't check out.
when we went to Camp Kidney, he woke up with that horse head, that thing that I had in his bed.
I remember that.
I still have those stupid hats. So next time we
still
get
got
together,
mine.
we'll wear them.
Yes, I got mine too.
Mine's downstairs, next to that horse mask, ready to
We're
go
really
for the next
good
trip.
friends. To Dion, that is. Anyway.
Oh god.
El Chain de Saw says Zodiac Killer leaving a frozen Texas is still better than starring in The Last Jedi.
Facts.
Oh my god.
Hashtag Star Wars facts.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan 27883, thank you very much, sir. He says 1990s Mortal Kombat temple scenes have candles all over the room, like Nick has 1 liter Jergens all over his room. We're looking at counting 55 gallon drums at this point.
Beautiful.
Listen. I got really dry skin. Okay, don't judge me. Don't judge me.
I mean, I will, but I won't. At the
But
same
you
time,
will.
I already have.
Okay.
Dude's been locked down. What'd you expect him to do? That
Yeah,
Costco
man.
memberships just can't go to waste.
Oh, we also had one from our friend. Where'd it go? Thank you, YouTube, for wanting to load right now on me. From Adam Walford. Adam Walford says, in case of a global extinction event, we should draw murals of Godzilla so the next dominant species can worship him.
It's not a bad idea.
I think it's a wonderful idea. We should troll history.
That would be hilarious. That would be funny as shit. I would be entirely fine with that. We need to make it like, a Bible of Godzilla or something, like how we summon the beast and take care of the beast and feed the beast and shit like that, and just leave it somewhere for somebody to find, 1,000 years from now or 2,000 years from now or whatever.
And we need to make sure that it's still we still propagate the message that he's fueled by nuclear energy, so that way they accidentally blow themselves up trying to resurrect Godzilla.
That'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be entirely fine.
Zilla. What was I going to say about Godzilla? Real quick? Oh, quick crossover thing. One of the listeners who requested, I think it was Wheezy Bird, who suggested I get the Viz manga app on my phone. I just wanted to tell you thank you because I discovered a new series called Kaiju Number 8 today, and it's about a guy who cleans up giant kaiju monsters in Japan and then becomes one himself that can communicate with other kaiju. So it's a really cool series, Kaiju Number 8, and I think it's Wheezy Bird that recommended I sign up for the Viz manga app, and I'm glad I did because it's a really good book, so I can't recommend it enough, folks. This is kind of dark. Tylenol is a time capsule. Can be.
Ooh.
007 Cloud, we had read yours, F. Jordan Peele. Thank you very much, though. We had Grimjoy, who sends a good job super chat sticker of a Shiba Inu dog, so thank you very much, Grimjoy. We also have our friend Yakase that says, they Tyler Perry up these black movies. I hate it. Yeah, the Tyler Perry movies are kind of embarrassing and stupid. Actually, they're very stupid.
Yeah, but also, I mean, like, the man's operating outside of Hollywood. He's built a studio here in Atlanta, and like, you know, he's doing it. So like, yes, his movies suck, but he's, you know, kind of outside the system doing his own thing. And, you know, the movies are still going to theaters. Somehow.
My ass ain't watching them.
Yeah.
Sounds like Nick's a closet Tyler Perry fan.
I've never seen any one of his movies, to be honest. Never seen any one of his movies, but I've heard people talk about like the things he's done in town and things like that. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's all I gotta say.
Convincing.
Medea Goes to Space. Sign me up for that one.
Oh God, no.
That actually might not be. No, that's still horrible, but it might be watchable.
It can't be worse than Jack and Jill or Pluto Nash. It'd be both.
True.
Oh, I what is it? I actually watched, what was it, Hubie Halloween recently, because I was like, oh, it's been long enough. Maybe it won't sting or be that bad. Holy fucking shit.
Was it that bad?
Dude, I like the movie, like the aesthetic of it had potential, but then you have this things that are thrown in there that don't make any sense, man. Like he basically got paid to have his friends like hang around for, I don't know, 6 weeks making a movie and get paid for it, and that's it. I'm just like, shit, this is horrible. Like, I mean, like the aesthetic they had of the small town Halloween and all the cool shit happening was interesting feel, but nothing came of it at all. It was just a dumb premise and a dumb movie.
Dude, speaking of Adam Sandler, I showed Jesse Billy Madison for the first time 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that movie is so much better than I remember, and I remember loving it. It really plays well fucking 25 years later.
Yeah, early Adam Sandler, he was funny back then. So
right.
Yeah, I can't say that the 2000s hit and he sucked because he made good movies in the 2000s. We watched 50 First Dates around Valentine's Day. That's a solid flick. I know Big Daddy's the end of the 90s. What's the one? Anger Management. I love that movie.
I love Anger Management.
That movie's fucking awesome.
I even like Spanglish.
Haven't seen it.
It's cute.
What's the one he did, Reign Over Me, where he plays the displaced guy?
Oh, dude, that's, yeah. Him and
Don Cheadle, yeah.
Don Cheadle, yeah, dude, that one's really good. It's obviously like, not it's not comedy or whatever, but that one was really good, man. I really enjoyed that. The first Grown Ups is fun. The second one's really horrible.
Dion loves the first Grown Ups.
Yeah, first one's a lot of fun. But yeah, I've heard Punch Drunk Love is good. I just haven't seen it.
I've seen the opening of that one a couple times, and I've always wanted to watch the rest of it. For some reason, I never have.
Who's the woman in that one with him? Is it somebody famous, right?
Yeah.
He his foray into like serious acting, I just was like, all right, cool. Adam Sandler does serious roles, like Jim Carrey did around the same time. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind was that.
Number 23 or whatever he did as well.
Oh yeah. So Jim Carrey had
on Adam Sandler, that Uncut Gems movie that came out last year actually was pretty good.
Dude, I watched that in theaters and I was disappointed. I was like, man, this is just weird and kind of odd, and like that's just how I felt about it. I personally I didn't enjoy it.
I still want to check it out. I think it's on Netflix currently.
I think it might be. But no, the woman in Punch Drunk Love is Emily Watson.
Oh, okay. Now, speaking of ladies, because of course that's a perfect transition. Did you guys hear about what happened with Lady Gaga?
No. Did you wear a vegan meat suit and they got pissed or something?
No.
No, way worse.
Yeah, wait. So
Really?
like not her directly, but let me tell you about this. Let me pull up a picture for those in the chat who do not know what Lady Gaga looks like. I apologize for taking away the WCBS image. We'll put it on a shirt. So there's Lady Gaga. We all know her. Some people love her. This is kind of messed up though. Lady Gaga's dog walker shot 2 of her French bulldogs stolen. Lady Gaga's dog walker was shot. Was it 2 times in the head, Jesse?
I don't remember what it was. Did he live?
So hold on. The sorcerer said the singer is offering $500,000 to anyone who has her 2 dogs, no questions asked. Anyone who has the dogs can use the email, blah, 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 to retrieve the reward. The LAPD said the man was shot during a robbery before 10 p.m. and was transported to a hospital in stable condition. The male suspect took the 2 bulldogs from the victim, used a semi-automatic handgun, and fled the scene in a white sedan, according to the police. The investigation is ongoing.
Jeez.
So wait a second. Here's what I took away from this. The guy was shot twice in the head, and the person that took the dogs was probably the shooter. Lady Gaga's like, I only want my dogs back, no questions asked. No. There's several questions you need to ask because this guy's clearly a violent individual that shot somebody walking dogs and probably does not need to be on the street.
Well, the guy's now in stable condition. Earlier there was a story that said where he was shot, but this one doesn't have it. So according to the CNN Entertainment article, that's just what I read. But I thought I had heard earlier that said specifically where he was shot. Let me look and see if another article has that. But either way, this is just really bizarre. This is like the premise of Ruthless People, except with dogs. You guys ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
No.
It's been a while.
You should watch it. It's pretty decent. It's Danny DeVito and Judge Reinhold.
You had me sold.
Yeah, so I guess the guy's okay. He's recovering well, so it couldn't have been that serious unless he was shot at 22. Then you could survive that possibly. I don't know. I saw a video about that once. Don't want to chance it. Doug Keller has a question for Kendo. When are you going to do a live reading of the American Psycho novel?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm more than willing to do that. I won't be able to do it on the channel because that'll get us demonetized and canceled real quick. But I mean,
Put it on
I always do it.
Patreon.
I was just saying, I could always do it for Patreon. That shouldn't be a problem. I love that book.
Dude, speaking of live readings, folks, one of the stretch goals to be included with Stealing Solo will be the live audio drama that we're going to produce. So, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to treat it like a 1940s radio serial. We're going to have an announcer, music. It's going to be recorded at the highest level possible. It's going to be a real thing. It'll be fucking fun. I mean, how many comic books do you know come with a radio drama? None. So let's have fun.
That would be awesome. That'd be great.
Yes. Spacewalkie0899 says, cancel the Halo TV show. It looks terrible. I didn't even know there was a Halo.
I've heard about it, but I mean, are there any screenshots or are there any like video from it? Because all I've seen is like just the symbol, the Halo symbol, like with Showtime or whoever attached to it or something, and that's about it. So I don't know what the deal is.
Well, here I found an article. Jesse, listen to this. The Halo TV series is coming to Paramount Plus in 2022.
Jesus.
Yeah, Halo is coming to the small screen, but in a new twist, it will head to Paramount Plus, previously announced for the sister network Showtime. Deadline first reported that the TV show is based on the hit video game franchise will arrive at the first quarter of 2022. 343 Industries announced that in 2018, that Showtime had ordered a 10-episode season based on the sci-fi shooter, with Deadline adding that the production is already underway in Budapest. The show has already been filmed 55 to 60% in its first season before COVID-19 halted last March. So, cool.
Maybe.
Oh, so they haven't finished filming it yet. Okay.
Now, I guess it's not gonna have Master Chief. See, this is where. Okay, hold on. This is where I hate adapting properties. It's like, oh, we're gonna bring the world of this or the world of that. It's like, look, the world of this is fine, but we watch it and play it for the characters. Like, yeah, Halo Online, you're red and blue. They have their own characters over on Rooster Teeth. Cool. But the story of Halo is either you have the Spartans down on Reach in the first game. Well, not the first game, but chronologically that story happens. Then you have Master Chief, who's one of the most recognizable video game characters of all time. You can't really make something successful from Halo and not have the guy. So it says Pablo Schreiber stars in the series. Now, I don't know who Pablo Schreiber is. So
you wouldn't saw a picture of him.
Yeah, he's a Orange is the New Black. That's not Porn Stash, but who's he going to be playing? Because it doesn't say that he's Master Chief.
So what? Showtime? Yeah. So Showtime, I guess. Is
Okay,
not
never mind. He was cast as Master Chief. It's just not in this article.
okay.
Well, there you go.
This article just it's. I read it. What it says, and so
That's
it's just
fine.
kind of vague. But yeah,
they just stuck at writing an article. That's all it is.
well, shit. Pablo Schreiber from Orange is the New Black. Porn Stash is fucking Master Chief. That blows my mind.
That's weird. I mean, is he gonna voice the guy too, or are we gonna get the voice from the cartoon or whatever to do it? I mean, the
No, he's a very good
game.
actor, so I'm okay with it.
I know this is controversial, but if I was going to make a Halo show, I would have Steve. I think his name's Steve Downs. I would just have him voice Master Chief. I know it's gonna like a Pedro Pascal situation. If I was going to do a Halo show, I'd get a stuntman in a costume to do the shit, and then have Master Chief be voiced by the guy. It's kind of his voice is iconic. This could be better. This could be great. I'll give it a shot. And like you said, Kendo, he's a good actor.
Huh.
Oh, also, this is a really weird, fortuitous series of super chats. You know why?
Why?
Pablo Schreiber narrated the audiobook version of Bret Easton Ellis's American Psycho.
Yeah, there we go.
It's like poetry; it rhymes.
Oh man, I mean, yeah. Once again, like I'll watch this because I'm a huge Halo mark. I fucking love that shit.
Mhm.
But still, it's like I really love Halo. Don't fuck it up.
Nick, tomorrow, Halo Friday, we begin the Master Chief Collection, Halo 2, the Anniversary Edition. So, yes, I've just experienced the first Halo for the first time, Nick. Last week we beat it. It was fun. And we played Halo multiplayer most nights. It's fun. And then tomorrow we're going to experience 2. I'm surprised you and I have been friends for so long and we've rarely geeked out about Halo. We'll have to change that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, whenever we get together, it's gonna be wild, man. Whenever like July comes around.
Yeah.
I want to get like a mini Xbox for travel just to play Halo. Like bring it everywhere I go. I'm like, all right, guys, Xbox Series S only has Halo on it. Let's play it again. We'll run it off my phone's Wi-Fi. We'll have a fucking party.
I mean, if you can get one and put only that game on it, that's entirely fine with me. Entirely fine.
I don't know if you saw this article pop up, but according to IGN, if you have the first generation PlayStation 5 500 gigabyte hard drive, you're going to need all of that just to play all of the new Call of Duty. So if you have Cold War, then the other one, like Warzones or something with zombies, like all the shit and all the updates, you have like 500 gigabytes of save files for
yeah, because the new one has like has 3 games on it. Like it's ridiculous. I've played a little bit of Cold War, as we talked about in our one of our episodes of Sunday Morning Hangover.
Yeah,
because that was interesting when I talked about that. But yeah, I've played a little bit. I've had some fun with it. You know, it's a typical, Call of Duty. It's a typical game. It's fine. I mean, it's a first person shooter. It is what it is. It's just fun. I enjoy those things too much. But we'll see. I'm waiting for Dion to call me up one night and just we play on Twitch or something, and just just go nuts.
Yeah. Now our friend Donald Camp gave us a little clarification. He says a big old net, but I just cooked the food. It doesn't matter, dude. You're on a SpaceX boat going out to pick up rockets and shit. You have the coolest stuff.
That I am, dude. I'm really jealous of that shit because I follow that stuff all the time, man. I'm a huge fan of that stuff.
Our Doug Keller, we read your comment about Ryan Johnson's Blade. We read 007 Cloud and Adam Wofford for the clarification. Thank you, guys. Felicity Poobell, we did read yours about the re-education camps. Doug Keller says Shane Black would be the perfect writer and director for future Deadpool movies. Has Ryan Reynolds ever worked with Shane Black? Yeah, right. The Hitman's bodyguard, isn't that Shane Black? Or is he involved?
Let me check that. Let me check that. I know Hitman's Bodyguard's 2 supposed to come out, but I don't know when it's gonna. Whatever.
Because I like Shane Black's work pretty much. Not in love with Iron Man 3, but love Predator, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Nice Guys.
No, Shane Black is not involved with Hitman's Bodyguard.
Okay, so I guess he's never worked with Ryan Reynolds. So, yeah, that'd be neat. I think he has the right irreverent voice, and you could have Deadpool call out Shane Black tropes in the film by breaking the fourth wall, which would be really cool. He could even do callbacks to some of his older movies. Fuck, Disney owns Predator. You could have a Predator fourth wall break. Like, you could have the Predator and Deadpool for some dumb reason. Why not? Because it's Deadpool. Who gives a shit? Like, That's what opportunities you have when Disney owns everything. Instead of look, it's mostly bad, but you do have cool shit like, well, the company owns all this. Can we just use this and this and that? And instead of trying to write a check or find out who owns the rights, this is literally the only positive thing, and I don't want it to happen, even if this is cool. But like, yeah, it's like we can just go into the company archive and say we want to put this, and that in. And while it's dumb, it'd be cool for Deadpool.
He's done 2 part 3s that were kind of shit. He did Iron Man 3 and RoboCop 3, I think.
Wait, he did RoboCop 3? Fuck him.
Let me completely check this out. Hold on. How is he involved in RoboCop 3 then if he's like I see it in his little bio thing here, so that's odd.
Well, he's an interesting cat because he was like he had that weird resurgence with the nice guys, and then Predators people kind of got pissed off at him again, and then I don't know what he's been doing since. So
the Predator in 2018, dude, like the effects on that looked like dog shit, man. Like the beginning, like they have some stuff fall on the Predator's face, and it looks like a PS2 game. I'm just like, what the like why? What are you doing right now? And it was really bad.
Stan Bundy, we read yours. Thank you. He said I want to see a Jefferson Twilight Blackula Hunter movie. Samurai Vader, thank you very much. He says, you all playing Smash Brothers? Can I join? They announced a new character, Pyro, from Team Fortress 2, I think. If I win, I get to teabag Kendo while eating a sandwich.
Good luck trying to collect.
Yeah, we don't really come off the sandwiches too easy. But Samurai Vader, we'll try to work out some kind of game time for the community. Right now, Jesse and I switched from playing Smash Brothers on Mondays back to just playing Halo multiplayer. It's kind of our thing. We've just been having a lot of fun with it. Plus with Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, it kind of got repetitive for us because Mario Kart only has, 32 levels or whatever. We've played all of them so many times.
In Smash, we can't do online and split screen at the same time.
So, yeah, we've kind of just run into the wall. That's why we've kind of moved on from it on Twitch, but it doesn't mean we go a little bit. 007 Cloud, thank you very much. He says, LMFAO, very apt description of Tom Holland, Nick.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
We're talking shit about the director of Fright Night, and that was
never, man. I fucking love that movie.
I know you do. You swear by Fright Night.
Dude. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about that little English cuck that wants to be Spider Boy.
What do you guys think of the title of the new film, Spider-Man? Was it Almost Home or whatever they called it?
Kind of Home.
Kind of Home, something home. It's got home in the title.
Don't fucking care. I'm sorry.
No way home.
Still haven't even watched Far From Home. I cared that little.
Yeah, you're not missing out. If you really want to know more about the snap, the snap, not the snap. Anyway, excuse me. If you want to know more about the snap, just watch like the 6th episode of WandaVision. It'll explain to you what happens, and you can skip Spider-Man because they pretty much skip the snap themselves.
Well, because like they did it so quickly in the beginning to explain it. Whenever I watched it, I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Like I had to pause through the goddamn subtitles, and be like, "Okay," and realize what was going on. Like it was so fucking quick, man.
Yeah, it was not the worst Spider-Man film. It's not bad at all. It really glosses over important story elements for jokes. And that's why I don't respect those movies that much, because Spider-Man is a very heavy, weighty character that's supposed to have a lot of drama, and the internal struggle was well represented in the Raimi films. These ones, it's just too fun and free.
Well, I put Spider-Man on the same level as Batman and Superman. Like he's that weighty and he's that much influence on pop culture over the last few decades that he's just that, that big, and to just throw him aside and make him Spider Boy or Iron Man Jr. or whatever they got, I think is doing an injustice to the character and what they could do for him and everything. So.
Our friend Soulfiend says, and by the way, we did read Stephanie's about the pork chop sandwiches, as well as Ninja Lawyer Steve's about the vampires being stalked and killed by Bigfoot. So we'll make that comic in 2024. But our friend Soulfiend says, because he did his Coca-Cola training and got less white. Well, that's the secret to all of it.
Jeez.
Thank you, Soulfiend. 007 Cloud says, Godzilla 98 cartoon was awesome, though. Better than anything Godzilla nowadays.
Oh, God, that cartoon. I think it had like Baby Godzilla in it as well or something. It was weird.
Well, no. That's the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla cartoon. The Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
'98 was actually legit. It was on Fox Kids.
Okay.
It was neat. I didn't watch it regularly, but it'd be one of those shows like, I went off to have breakfast and then I came back and it was still on. So I'd watch the end of it and wait for, I guess, shit, Power Rangers was over at that point. I don't know what I was watching on Fox Kids at that point, but still, that was a good cartoon, 007 Cloud. I quite enjoyed it. I wanted the toy, but not enough to really ask my mom for it. I was like, I'll take Chip Hazard instead. Small soldiers are smart. Now, our buddy Wilson, the unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks, says, my pronouns, Jamaram, Mortal Kombat, and George Bush. Well, guess what? You just said the magic. Jamaram!
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. May I have another? There you go. I took another. Give him an inch, take a mile. Boom. So, let's see what else we got. We also have our friend Mindless Entertainment that says, I think it's bullshit that I can't write a super chat with your channel name in it.
Tried to write World Class Bullshitters rules, and I couldn't write Bullshitters.
Aw.
That made me sad.
Well, thank you for the super chat, Mindless Entertainment.
You're welcome.
I like your
World Class
icon.
Bullshitters. I like your channel.
Hey, Mindless Entertainment, I like your channel too. Do you want to have dinner later?
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. I think I make time.
Do you want to watch Servant and WandaVision later?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Cool.
Play some Halo in between.
Yeah, and do some other stuff in between?
Okay, this is kind of forward, but do you want to bang later?
Yeah, I want to bang later.
Tight.
All right. All right, folks. Back to Doug Keller. He says, thanks, Jeff. I'm now a Beverly Hills Cop fan with a smiley face. Well, Doug, it's because you have excellent taste. That's why you're
No, you're not. You're not a Beverly Hills Cop fan unless you've ridden and gone on a road trip with Jeff and he plays it all the time. Then you're a Beverly Hills Cop fan.
Yes, once you know how you get initiated into a group. Once you're officially in our group is once you've heard all the versions of Axel F. Or not even really technically all the versions of Axel F, just the Beverly Hills Cop score. Once you've heard that, then you're part of the tribe.
No, Jeff, you're forgetting a crucial point here. When you hear the score and Jeff is next to you, telling you the subtle differences of each one.
Oh God, yeah. But
What part of the movie did this come from?
Yep. That's my favorite game with Dion because he's always wrong. Honestly, he's not.
Oh
you
my
go
God.
back into our old Patreon content. I don't know why, but for some reason we were talking about it on a show, and then I went back and I cut that out, and then I edited in all the clips from the music. So it's like this oddly polished Dion plays Name That Tune. So if anyone out there on Patreon knows exactly what the clip is, let me know so I can go back and listen to it myself because I forgot which one it is. Now, Rhino4563, thank you very much, Rhino. We haven't heard from you in a minute. He says, Savage versus Steamboat, best ever. The bell off the top rope. The bell off the top rope was epic. It's a good match. Like, I have nothing bad to say about Savage Steamboat. You got the drama. You got the Elizabeth moment with George Animal Steel. Like, it's solid across the board.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania 3 really is one of those shows. It's a fairy tale show. WrestleMania 3 is looked back on for those iconic moments, it's perfect for all the clip shows. And Savage Steamboat is one of those matches. It's pretty close to perfection in terms of what wrestling can be. So I like it a lot. Joseph Bienowitz, thank you very much. He says, well, I just want to say I can do a creepy voice too. It'd be great if you lend me your mic to say creepy voice things in the background. Just a thought. Sure, Joseph. You can hang out. We have a couch over there. You could hang out in the background and be like, hey, I'm the creepy voice. We could have a creep off, Jesse.
A creep off?
Yes, do it.
I don't know. Oh man, that's a weird way to say that.
I should call Dion and just do the voice on the air, but he's on vacation.
So
It would have the same effect.
Yeah.
No.
Now, Bear BC 42, thank you very much. You need to draw Dion riding a horse, side saddle, and holding up a sign that says, holding up a signed copy of Dark Fate.
Oh my God.
That can be done.
I'm going to make that into a shirt, but I won't make him ride side saddle because it's a little demoralizing, but I'm going to dress him up as the cowboy from Back to the Future 3, aka Marty in the pink shirt.
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
hold on. I got it. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. Let's see. There you go. This ties in full. There you go. Here is Dion. We're going to put him on the horse just like this. You guys ready to see Dion on the horse with his Western attire?
Let's do
I
it.
am.
All right. Here's Dion.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes. All of that.
That's Dion as a cowboy. We'll put him on a horse.
Oh,
Just for you, folks. Just for you. Ninja Lawyer Steve, thank you very much. He says, speaking of Photoshop, what'd you think of the stuff I sent you? Ninja Lawyer Steve, I'd be lying if I said I remembered. I am sorry, dude. Please just shoot me a follow-up, or I'll go back and look it up. And I'll try to, remind me on Good Morning Pop Culture. I'll make sure I check it out. But thank you, Ninja Lawyer Steve, in advance. We love the ones you sent. We show them on air all the time. So just remind me. I'll do that next time. Yakase, thank you very much. This might win the night. In this world gone mad, we won't spank the monkey. The monkey will spank my hole. I love it. Thank you very much, Yakase. Joseph Bienowitz says, Dion, I'm in the room with you. In your head, only you will hear. Okay, hold on. This is a request.
Dion, I'm in the room with you. I'm in your head. Only you can hear me.
There you go, Joseph. That was for you, for Dion.
Oh god, I can feel your warm breath in the back of my neck. That was
I'm inside of you, inside of your soul.
Oh jeez.
That happens.
It really does.
You should send these. I don't know, but say you see, I was like, oh, send these clips to Dion. It's like, no, I'll listen to them on his phone. It won't have the same effect. Unless it's at work, then it'll just sound ridiculous.
You know what we should do? We should take it to the next level. I should record a book in the creepy voice. We should have it sent to Dion on a disc and say, put on a flash drive, tell him to put it in his computer, wear headphones. And the first thing he's like,
hello, Dion, it's me, your best friend. I recorded a book.
it's just like that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you gotta listen to this. It's not safe for work. You gotta have your headphones in.
Oh my god.
Adam Wofford, thank you very much. He says, hey, The Shore is out on Xbox, PS4. Stream now. I haven't heard of The Shore. Have you guys?
Let me see.
No.
PS4. The Shore, or Jet, The Far Shore, is a game that focuses on the mystery of the unknown on a forbidden island with horror elements.
Ooh, yeah, people have been seeing me play, well, not this week because I've been super busy, unfortunately, but Visage, and that game has scared the fuck out of me, once in a while every now. So, like, yeah, it's a fun game. I love it. It is creepy as shit, though, at some points.
Yeah, this game actually sounds cool. The Shore is a game that focuses on the mystery of the unknown forbidden island with horror elements. The whole story is based on a mythology that goes deep through Lovecraft's creations and beyond. Experience the world through immersive atmospheric gameplay. Encounter the most nightmarish Lovecraftian entities. Save your daughter's life while being haunted. Try to survive and uncover the secrets behind the mystery of his own sanity. Yeah, I'm sold. That sounds fun.
There's one on Xbox called The Medium that looks like a lot of fun that I want to get into. So I might get that on Steam and play it.
Yeah, well, The Shore has been it's now on my list of things I want to check out. That sounds fun. I've been trying to get into, like, folks in the chat, help me out. Give me a good Lovecraftian film to watch. I've seen The Reanimator. That's it. So I'm looking for like a Lovecraftian monster movie. I want something kind of scary.
Have you seen Underwater?
Was that the Kristen Stewart movie?
Yeah.
Saw it in theaters. Fell asleep, but it was good from what I saw. So let's see. We also have Joseph Bienowitz that says, so really, Nick is rubbing the lotion and he calls it feeding the beast. Then shoots chain spear to get his bottle of jerkins to get
Jesus. A good one to watch is the Void. Let's see.
Oh, okay, I wanted to see that.
The Void. I think it's on. Looks like it's somewhere on the internet. You'll find it. But no, I actually watched the Void a while ago. Man, it's fucking awesome. It's really good.
Breadman Productions. I will take your advice. That's how I'll start the show next week. Guys, remind me that we want to do an ASMR intro.
Oh god, another good one. You've probably seen it before. Is what is it? Event Horizon.
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie.
Yeah, that's kind of Lovecraftian in a way. Life Force apparently is on that list too. So Life Force. That's a fun movie.
So let's see. Joseph Bianowitz says, "Sorry, Nick. Dion's not here to creep out. In all good fun."
Oh, I can take it more than he can. It's just that every now and again, it's just like all right, I need to turn my headphones down every now and again because it gets a little loud. I'm just like, oh Jesus.
So Rhino4563, I love this message. He says, "Funny People was the most unfunny movie ever. I walked out with 20 minutes left."
Cool.
Child 44 is the only film I've walked out of in theaters. And lo and behold, I'm flipping through TV. What's on the other day? Child 44. I even said to Jesse, if this is that fucking movie about the kid in Russia, I'm going to flip out. Did I not?
Yep.
And I flipped out.
What the hell is Child 44?
Google it, but never tell me you did.
Okay, I never Googled this.
But damn it, Nick, you told me you did.
No, I told you I never did. That's the thing.
Oh, fair enough. Our friend Ryukai Kaizoku, I hope I got that right, says, "How do you wake Lady Gaga? You poker face." With what? That's up to you. That was mine. I'm sorry. Space Monkey 0899, thank you very much. He says, "They race swap Miranda and make her a doctor." What was the context? Oh, is that from what was the race swap Miranda and make her a doctor? What movie is that? I know what he's talking about, but I don't know the context.
I didn't
you guys
know
remember?
doctors were a race.
Well, I come from a long race of doctors, said no one ever.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor like my doctor before me.
Man,
Every time
doctor standing around over there.
Doctor. What a great movie.
Yeah, they'll remake it with two women next year. Watch it.
Hey, well, they did Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson, so team them back up. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it. Let Sony produce it. Look, between their Spider-Man movies, their Spider-Man universe movies, and their Spider-Man animated movies, they're going to be fine. Don't worry about them. Let them produce that shit. 007 Cloud, thank you very much. He says, is the Predator trying to hunt Deadpool for his autism? Do you know how I want the movie to end?
Oh my God.
I want the movie to end with the Predator ripping Deadpool's head out of his body with his spine intact and then taking it back to his ship, and he won't shut up. And it drives him nuts.
That would be
at the end.
Funny. Yeah, he tosses the head off into space, and he ends up in like a fucking alien nest with the queen there.
Oh, dude, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, just like two for one. Fucking do it. Why not?
Oh, you could have some retarded ending where like the fucking head gets implanted by a xenomorph egg and then like grows some weird Deadpool alien body. He's like, hey, it's the crossover. And it just ends like that. It just ends with him like coming back to Earth as an alien Deadpool.
That would be, yeah, just fucking do that. I mean, they're never going to do that because that would require imagination and would be amazing, but that's not their style. So,
Felicity Poobell, thank you very much. She says, if corporations want to continue to water down IPs, then they end up losing money. You can't charge for filet mignon and serve up dog food. Ow.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
That's what Star Wars kind of feels like. I mean, the High Republic seems like really expensive dog food.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the Blue Buffalo of Star Wars.
It's still dog food. I don't care how fucking fresh the ingredients are. It's still goddamn dog food.
So Kenny, Kendo, what's the blue bunny of the food? Just blue bunny ice cream.
Yeah, Blue Bunny is just ice cream, but I think they make Frosty Paws or something like that.
We have that shit in the fridge. Or the freezer, excuse me. Jessie bought it for the cats because it was their birthday. She's like, oh, they'll like a treat. They all like got excited and they looked at it, they licked it, and then ran off. Dude,
With my first cat, I tried to go because like I read these things. It's like, oh yeah, if you feed the cats this, it's got this in it, it's bad for them. Extend their lifespan with this and grain free and blah, blah blah. So I actually spent like double what I normally did in my budget of cat food for the month to get him the Blue Buffalo stuff, and he really wouldn't eat it. It was kind of like one of those things. It's like you go from feeding a kid McDonald's and try to feed him some like really good, 5-course meal. Like, fuck that! I want my chicken McNuggets and hash browns. It's like, bullshit. All right. So he was back on the whiskey.
I've never had chicken nuggets and hash browns together, but now I kind of want to.
It's not
Do you
bad.
guys remember? Do you remember the what are they? Cheddar tots, cheesy tots from Burger King, or excuse me,
Yes.
Burger Royale,
Burger Monarch.
Burger Monarch. Sorry, no, wait, was it Burger Regime? Yeah,
Burger regime. That's what it was. Yeah, it sounds more official that way. It sounds like something you really want that way.
Samurai Vader, thank you very much. He says, "Have you seen Peter Man Far From Home on YouTube?" I have not. Check it out.
What the fuck?
If it's on YouTube,
Well, so somebody broke Kendo again this week.
yep.
Peter Man. Peter Man. Peter Man. Radioactive Peter Man.
Next week's Photoshop, Kendo is Peter Man.
Oh my god. Peter Man versus the Toxic Avenger. That's what we need.
Holy shit, that could go that could go great or that could just go awful. But either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter
There you go.
Parker?
Me as Peter Man.
007 Cloud, thank you for the recommendation of Underwater in terms of the Lovecraftian horror question that I asked. And as I said, I've seen most of it. I liked it, and I liked it enough that I want to go back and finish the film. Adam Wofford, thank you very much. He says, there is The Void, In the Mouth of Madness, and the 1969 The Witch Horrors. And then there are the fan-made Lovecraft movies here on YouTube. Also, Shadow of Innsmouth. Adam Wofford, I took a picture.
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking in the Mouth of Madness. That's a damn good one. Sam Neill's in that one.
That's where you'll find the Peter Man.
God damn, that was good.
The Peter Man's down in fire. We had one final message of the night from our friend Yakase that says,
Hey.
and that's it. So, folks, we haven't had a very long episode, so we're going to close this one out. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody. Now, a reminder, click the link down in the comment section to sign up for the comic this Tuesday night. It launches during the High Council. Jeremy's back on the High Council from Geeks and Gamers, so it's going to be a fun night. And that Star Wars girl will be there, too. We're going to be debuting the poster, the Phantom Menace image. It's wonderful. It's not me trying to get you excited for something. You've seen Anna's work. She's a wonderful painter, world-class painter, no pun intended. And yeah, so Tuesday night, High Council, Jeremy, be there. We'll all be there. It's going to be a fun night. Hold on. We had another super chat roll, and two more actually from our friend Remington30666. That's a cool name. Baskin is a good Spanish horror film. It has the LC tendencies. It also has a kind of like, it has the LC tendencies, and it's also kind of like The Void. It's really wild.
Carol fucking Baskin?
No,
yeah.
this is. Yeah, I've heard about it. It's actually really good. It's just got subtitles and stuff. It's I think the only thing.
Like I said, I took a picture of that. That's added to the list because I like to sit around at night and watch something eerie and creepy and look around and be like, ooh, what's out there? So I'm going to watch these.
Cars.
Yeah. First water mains, car horns and shit. It's California. TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much. He says, Peter Man, far from Mary Jane.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Good.
So, Kendo, Nick, is there anything you'd like to say before we put this baby to bed?
Buy Dogecoin.
Yeah. To the moon.
Also, we only have 867 likes. I don't think we're gonna get enough for 1,000, but I say so. Give it a chance.
Yeah, try it out, folks. There will be I almost said a Fandom Menace tomorrow. There will be a Fandom Menace tomorrow. No, there will be a Good Morning Pop Culture. I'll be joining Tom over on Midnight's Edge After Dark for his morning show, and he's joining me on Good Morning Pop Culture for my morning show. It's going to be a crossover of epic proportions where we're going to talk about, I don't know yet, Tom, but you're out there. I'm sure you'll shoot me a message. We'll figure it out as we go. That's how we like to operate. Now, one last thing, folks, before Good Morning Pop Culture, before all that fun stuff, I'd like you to check out one last thing. We have another super chat I'll address in just a second. Richard Chu is the editor of Star Wars. He's worked on wonderful films like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He's edited films like Revenge of the Nerds 2. He's also edited Risky Business, as well as many other things. And Jesse had an awesome interview with him. This guy is an Oscar winner. He won an Oscar for Star Wars. We've all seen it. We've all known his work. And today, part 2 dropped, where he talks about Star Wars and all the cool, fun, behind-the-scenes shit about the film. And that link is in the description. That link is in the chat right now. So watch that tonight. Make sure you guys check that out. And it's fun. I'm here in the background working on stuff, videos that you've already watched. But I'm getting to hear all these cool stories about history of Hollywood and all this neat stuff that you're not getting anywhere else. Richard likes Jesse. He's an editor. She's an editor. They've had this bond, and they have really great interviews. So check those out. First part is really good. It tells about Richard, who he is. You get to know him. Part 2 is about Star Wars, and there's 2 more parts coming with another surprise down the road coming from Richard Chu. So it's incredible who you get to interact with in life. Know a guy that made Star Wars what it is, and that blows my mind every day. So one more super chat rolled in. Thank you very much. We have it from Joseph Bienowitz. Thank you very much for everything, dude. I mean it. He says, Thundercats is next to be canceled. Why a man with a sword that grows... Sorry. Why a man with a sword that grows and finally shoots something from the tip?
Okay. Oh, my God.
There you go. That's why they're trying to keep Lino down, folks. So make sure you go out and you support Thundercats.
We should... I was going to say, we should do a Euro trip drunk stream because it's on, I think it's on Prime right now.
I really miss our drunk commentaries, and I'm ready to go back to them.
Yeah.
So.
Because then I have an excuse to buy my Vander Sex shirt and wear it on air.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hans Gruber!
Hyphen flew again. whatever the fuck the word was.
What a great movie. So, folks, make sure you guys checked out today's video. I'll have another video out over the weekend, and then we'll be back on Tuesday. Going to keep our schedule Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Been getting the most views, been great, been loving it. It's working out for my schedule, and it's awesome because now that I have that locked down, we can work on our other projects, the cards, Woke Busters, all the stuff that's coming. But Tuesday night is where it launches, the comic, right here on the channel on the High Council. I'll be joined by Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Anna, that Star Wars girl. It's going to be an awesome big show, celebration of the community. Make sure you guys don't miss out on that day one exclusive of the High Council cover. And yeah, so folks, we're going to be back tomorrow morning with more. So from all of us here on the channel, thank you for watching. Be safe, be smart, be cool, but always be excellent to